like that. Woo!
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up Show. My name is BJ Matthews, aka B Jizzle. Before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe, all of our YouTube videos. Hit that like button as y'all come in here right now. Hit that like button as y'all come in here. Hit the shares and subscribe. Hit the Cash App, which is $ BJ Matthews, $ BJ Matthews. If you guys enjoy this content, make sure you guys support. We are up and ready to go and get rocking. I know it's a little bit of a late show, but we had to do it. This is the last preseason game of the NBA season. Before we get started with the real thing, next Wednesday with the real deal against the Portland Trailblazers, we got to talk about this last single game. The Clippers ended up going down in defeat, 103-90, to the Denver Nuggets, a fully loaded Denver Nuggets team outside of Michael Porter Jr. There's a lot of things I want to take away from this game that I saw that I kind of want to talk about that I think we need to actually clean up. And let me go into the comment section before I get started, man. Let's go to my man B Jizzle the Clipper. Yes, sir. My man Bubba. Follow my man Bubba, Andre76, on his own podcast. He has his own show, DFJ Hoops. I'm going to go ahead and put that right here on the screen so y'all can see where to go follow my man Bubba. He has a lot of great content over there. You know, he's a Philadelphia 76er fan, but he's an NBA basketball fan first. Please go support Andre76 on his YouTube page right now. Go to his page, like and share and subscribe to his page. At this point, you will not be disappointed. I'll leave that up there for a little bit of time. Let me go into the next comment. Joshua Smith said it's time to trade Powell. Man, we're going to talk about that as well. If you guys are in the comment section, make sure y'all like the page. Also comment into the comment section, and make sure you guys be a part of the Pull Up Basketball Podcast for the rest of your life. This is the best Clipper page that you guys will come across. Great content, great camaraderie. So make sure you guys, support. But let's talk about it, man. The Clippers went down 103-90 tonight to the Denver Nuggets, and we got to talk about the box scores. And like I told y'all, let's start with the Denver Nuggets. Everybody played outside of Michael Porter Jr. in the starting lineup. Aaron Gordon, 13 points with 5 rebounds. Jamal Murray with 8 points and 4 rebounds and 7 assists. And then you got KCP with 13 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists in 28 minutes. You got Nikola Jokic, who had 25 points, 14 rebounds in 28 minutes, and he also had 8 assists, which automatically sounds like Jokic, the triple-double king. As you look into the, some of their bench players right there, you got Reggie Jackson, who played 17 minutes. He had 7 points. Z and Jiang, 20 minutes, 11 points. Had 5 rebounds as well. Justin Holiday, brother of Drew Holiday, had 21 minutes, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, went 3 for 6 from the field. Those are some of the biggest, guys as far as, on the team. Christian Brown did not play as well for the Denver Nuggets. If you go scoot over to the Clipper side, this is the Clipper stat line. Kawhi and PG and Russell Westbrook did not play. Their 3 top players did not play, I guess, because of rest. They're going to choose to rest them before the regular season game on Wednesday. And this is the statisticians right here. Of course, the person that led the lead in scoring was Bones Highland, who actually left the game in the third quarter with a sprained ankle. He had 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. And he was Terrence Mann had 10 points, 3 rebounds, no assists. Norman Powell had 10 points, 2 rebounds, shot 4 for 13 from the field, which is not good. We're going to talk about that as well. KJ Martin had 9 points in 19 minutes, 4 for 8 from the field. So not too much offense, with the Clippers. So we got to talk about a lot of stuff. As y'all come in here and smash that like button, hit the smash, share, and subscribe as well. Cam McKnight said his bones okay. He was cooking tonight. Yeah, he had a sprained ankle. He should be okay. Thomas, my man Thomas said, after watching this Denver game, I want to trade T-Man for James Harden. The offense would be so good. He said, no, they're not trading for Harden. They will trade for Siakam. Okay, let's get into it. 1 second. Y'all keep liking the page. I want to add something real quick. Give me 1 All right, so I wanted to change that up real quick for y'all, man. Much better. And like I said, as y'all come in here, smash that like button. We got a lot to talk about tonight. I know it's a little bit late, but we're gonna get through this, man. This is LA Clipper season anyway, so let's get it popping. Now we got a lot of things to address with this Clipper team. I know it's preseason. The preseason is meant to actually see what you have on your team outside of the stars, outside of the top 1, 2, 3 players in the core. You're looking at your second lineup, your third lineup. So for years, the Denver Nuggets have been the Clippers' kryptonite. I've been very, very consistent with saying this. The Clippers' kryptonite is the Denver Nuggets. The team that gives them the most problem is the Denver Nuggets, mainly because of the bubble that happened 3 years ago. It's kind of been somewhat of um, it's been a challenge that we have had to overcome since the bubble. Last year, we lost every single game to the Denver Nuggets. We got swept 4-0. I see that they just had a mental psyche hold over us. Not even much so our the physical players. It's more of the mental side. When a team beats you like that in the bubble, coming back from a 3-1 lead, it takes time to get over that hump. Of course, the Clippers did not have their full team over the last course of 2 seasons after the bubble. But even last year, we saw the Nuggets dominate the Clippers in dramatic fashion. They've been the most consistent team in the NBA. You have the MVP. You have, Jamal Murray, who came back on a tear. You got, great, balance on that starting five. The Nuggets basically have been our thorn in our side, right? They're the defending champions, right? You gotta give them the ultimate respect. So I'm gonna start with the Denver Nuggets first and how I feel like we match up with them this year. Tuesday we won. Of course, their starting five was out. We played our starting five. I was really hoping that Kawhi and PG played tonight because I wanted to see both sides be, at full strength for the most part, but that did not happen. It's all good. Here's what I'll say about Denver. I believe Denver starting five is very solid. You got Jokic, who's arguably the best player in the league. Let's just call it spade a spade. You got Jamal Murray, who's the closer to that team, a guy who you can get hot down the stretch. If you need a bucket, give him the ball. You got KCP, who's still a great, defensive player to guard some of the better, offensive guards on the other opposing team. And then you got two long, athletic wings in Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr., 6'8" to 6'10". So you have a big front court. You have a very, very shifty backcourt, scrappy backcourt, and then you got arguably the best player in the league. That's a great starting five. My problem at they starting five. My problem with Denver is their bench. I think Denver losing Bruce Brown, Jeff Green, I think that's going to hurt them this season. I don't think they're as deep. I look at some of these players right here for the Denver Nuggets right here. The only person that's really had any real prestige that's actually proven anything is Reggie Jackson. Now, Reggie Jackson was out the rotation last year for the Denver Nuggets because Bruce Brown and you had Jeff Green, you had KCP, of course, who was kind of in his way. You really didn't need Reggie Jackson to come in and get real minutes. So I look at the bench; it's not very strong this season for the Denver Nuggets. I saw that tonight as well. If you look at the team that was on the floor for the Denver Nuggets, their bench, it wasn't their bench that pretty much decided the game. It was pretty much their first and second string, right? They don't really have the depth to compete, I think, with the Clippers. I think it's just more of a matter of Ty Lue actually putting the right lineups in the game from time to time, and actually, being timely with his timeouts, his rotations, things of that nature. But I don't see Denver really being a team that's just dominating the NBA because they don't have enough depth. They have a guys about, I think, 1 to 7 that's going to make an impact outside of, the starting five. You got Reggie Jackson, and then you got, I think, Christian Brown is his name. Those are only two guys I can see get valuable playoff minutes. All these other players, these are guys that haven't been that haven't really shown nothing. Transfer to the Clipper side, the Clippers didn't have their three best players at all. they had bench players on the court competing up against the Denver Nuggets starting five. You got Terrence Mann, you got Robert Covington, you have Bones Highland leading the deck. You got a valuable backup in Mason Plumlee. Like all the players that y'all see right now is very, very they're proven, right? That's why I tell the Clippers, it's never about their depth. It's never about their bench players. It's always been about their stars being available and healthy. That's why I made it consistent saying as long as the Clippers are healthy, they can beat anybody. That's the one Achilles heel for the Clippers is their health. I believe now that they got Russell Westbrook on their team, they have somebody that can attack the rim and exploit the Denver Nuggets' weakness, which is rim protection. They don't really have the rim protection. Jokic's not a great rim protector. Aaron Gordon, okay, he's okay, but who else do you have? Michael Porter Jr. is not protecting the rim. They're trying to find backups behind Jokic, behind Aaron Gordon. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I see how the Nuggets and the Clippers match up this upcoming season. Watching these games, watching what the Clippers have in their starting five, the Nuggets having their starting five, and I look at the bench depth, I see the Clippers can go 1 through 10. I think the Nuggets could probably go 1 through 7, maybe 1 through 8. Now that might work in the playoffs, having about 8 quality players, but you never know. A player can get hurt. A player, could not show up. It could be anything. You don't really have as much depth to go to as much as this Clipper team. Which brings me to this right here. As y'all come in here, smash that like button. Let me see. Shout out to Amir Ahmad. He said the bench is easy work for. Yeah, the bench is going to be very, very crucial for the Clippers against the Denver Nuggets. The main Achilles heel for the Clippers against the Nuggets is going to be that front court. Their power forward as well as Jokic. I feel like the Clippers have the better guards and they have the better wings. You only have 2 guys to really throw at Kawhi PG. That's either Michael Porter Jr. or Aaron Gordon. But outside that, you don't really have guys to throw at those guys. Vice versa, the other side, you got Kawhi PG, Robert Covington, Nicholas Batum. You got multiple long 6'7", 6'8" wings to throw at their wings. You got a center in Mason Plumlee, who I believe personally is a better matchup against Zubac than Zubac, because my thing is when I watched even tonight, Mason Plumlee did a better job. He's more agile with his feet. He's able to stay with Jokic. He's able to actually bother him a little bit just off of just having more what's the word? Scrappiness. There you go. Scrappiness on the court. I think Zubac's a little bit too slow on his feet to react to what Jokic does on the court. So I watched tonight, and I believe Mason Plumlee played with Jokic in Denver years back, so he kind of understands his moves and stuff like that. So I think personally, Mason Plumlee is a better matchup against Zubac or against Jokic. And there's going to be times that I think the starting lineup is going to have to change based off of the matchups that we have. That's the great thing about having depth. You can go to different players and have them play certain games and have certain minutes for them to be, effective. You understand what I'm saying? So Mason Plumlee is a better matchup for Jokic than I think Zubac. All right. As y'all come in here, smash that like button. We have over 25 people. All right. We should have over 28 likes right now. We have over 28 people. Renee Zarate said Harden's going to be a Clipper, soon stop the cap. We're going to talk about that as well. You said 7 starting front court is the best in the league. That's what makes them good. Yeah. It's their front court. It's not their back court. So how do the Clippers contend with the Nuggets backcourt, the best backcourt in the NBA? You have to put the right lineups on the court. The Clippers can match up with anybody in the league if you have the right pieces on the court. So let's go with that. Let's start off with Mason Plumlee. The power forward position, in my opinion, I've already said it. Last night we talked about it. It should be Robert Covington. Why is Robert Covington the better fit? Because outside of Nicholas Batum and Marcus Morris, I think Robert Covington he's younger. He's more attention to detail. And I believe that he's hungry to actually get valuable minutes because he was so shit out the rotation last year. I think Nicholas Batum, again, him on his last legs his last year. There's no reason why he should be getting like high minutes. Marcus Morris, he's been out, he's been hurt. He had a rough year last year, towards the end. I think it's time for us to have a new face. They both had their time from between 2020 and 2022. I think it's time for us to, move on to Rocco full time. So it might be Rocco who's going to be starting up on Wednesday. So I will definitely be interested to see what happens with Ty Lue, what he says. Andre76 said, yeah, Plumlee's a better passer and a better option to run dribble handoffs with that, and to the fact that he's quicker on his feet and will be able to always. Yeah, exactly. The only thing about Plumlee I don't like is I think he can do a better job of, having better ball control. I think sometimes he gets a little bit too fancy with the basketball, and sometimes he doesn't hold on to the ball. Let's passes slip through his fingers, let rebounds slip through his fingers. I think he just as versatile as he is. I like Zubac's ability to. He does the little things. He gets the rebounds. He protects the rim. He has the nice little jump hook. Like he does the basic things very good. He has improved footwork as well. But I just think off of physical ability, I think Mason Plumlee got him. Thomas, I wish that Zubac had that mental toughness to dominate like he's a robot. I think Zubac, he dominates certain matchups. Like I think like when we played the Lakers against Anthony Davis, Zubac be giving Anthony Davis fits. I like Zubac's game. I just think that because he's a traditional big, it's gonna be tough for him to, show out against, um, you know, elusive bigs. Like Jokic is a guy who's, agile, who likes to move, who likes to set screens, who likes to come off handoffs, dribble handoffs. Like that's a lot for Zubac to handle. But against, bigs who kind of stick around the post, oh yeah, Zubac can play all day. Traditional bigs, I like what Zubac can do. But against these agile bigs who likes to move around, Zubac is going to kind of, it's going to kind of be more of a detriment. He needs to guard somebody that's more closer to the paint and, more of a banger. See somebody else have a comment. Juan Martinez said, I wouldn't be surprised if Morris start though. I don't think Morris is going to start because Morris hasn't played. He hasn't played any games. I don't even know if is he even practicing right now? I don't even think he's practicing. I can only see Morris starting for this reason only because of his contract. He has such a large contract. They're going to be obligated to play those guys on the court. So I think that's the big thing with Morris. He's going to have to, play. He's going to have to redeem himself from last year. So let me go to something else right now. If we look at, let's see. I'm going to look at something else right now. Let me see some. We're going to talk about the James Harden in a minute. I want to talk about something else. We got to talk about this situation right here, and that's with Norman Powell. I don't know what's going on with Norm. I don't know what's his slump looking like, but he's been off the first 4 games. Ever since Hawaii, he has been off. I think he was 0 for 7 in the very first game against the Utah Jazz. He's just been off. He was off against the Nuggets the other night, and he's off tonight. What is he, 4 for 12? Let me see. Yeah, Norman Powell was 4 for 13 tonight. And the shots that I see him shooting, they're not bad shots. They're actually, regular mid-range shots, a couple threes here and there. He's just not making anything from the field. So I don't know if it's maybe the length that he's having to deal with, on those, the Nuggets and the Jazz because they're pretty long, or it's just him just simply missing jumpers. But he has not been playing up to par. Meanwhile, Bones Highland, he's been carrying his weight. He's been doing what he's doing on the court consistently, night in and night out. So I'm gonna keep saying it over and over. Norman Powell's spot is not safe at this point because you got Bones Highland. Now that he's had this injury, now it might be a little bit different. But as far as on the depth chart, Norman Powell is decreasing. He's moving backwards. He don't need to be moving backwards. He needs to be coming. You need to have him, score between 15, 20 points a night as a, sixth man on this team. Because if you're telling me that Bones Highland, a third-year player who's undersized, can do pretty much the same thing that you do, but also play make, then you make it where Norm can be more expendable. See, we didn't have a player that we thought that can replace Norm scoring. We didn't really have that. Last year we rolled with Norman Powell as the six man, and he gonna get the shots off the bench, things of that nature. We didn't have that option last year, so that's why you have to look at it like, if I'm Norman Powell, your spot's not safe right now. It's not. You have to look at it as like, you're still competing. You're still trying to hold on to your spot, and you need to be getting better. You said that you were going to be better on the defensive end. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the defensive end of Norman Powell. I see him, still kind of being low IQ on defense. Still turning the ball over and just not shooting the ball well. So that's three negatives on the court that you have with Norman Powell. So I'm not going to say he's going to get traded, but he has to pick it up, from here on out. He starting on Wednesday, he's going to have to redeem himself from these first three preseason games. So I'm gonna just kind of leave it at that. He has to, wake up. Hit the like button as y'all come in here. Freddie G, what's good, brother? He says salute BJ speaking. Facts, yes, sir. You said Bones Highland, the new Jamal Crawford. Yeah, but see, the thing about Bones is Bones can actually play make. If you watch Bones play, and I talked to Sean about this earlier, Bones needs more time on the court. Even with the bad, bonehead decisions that he makes, it's just simply because he's not getting enough time on the court. This is really his first year getting minutes. Last year he didn't really get minutes. The year before in Denver he didn't really get minutes. So this is the really first year he's gotten minutes on the court. So you have to let him play to be like a valuable piece. You can't keep holding him on the bench, expect him to, make the right reads on the court. He said Norm is a rhythm guy. He'll get in a boost. And that's why I say I think he will, find his way. I think Tyler will give him time to find his way on the court. But I'm just letting y'all know, if Bones continues playing like this and Norman continues to play, bad, then you might have a situation where Ty might be stuck in a dilemma, because they do this essentially the same things. Bubba said, "No, trade Norman Man to six." Nah, Terrence Manning he's not leaving. They've already made him untouchable, so I don't see Terrence Mann leaving. Excuse me. Y'all smash that like button. We got 28 likes. So smash that like button. He said KJ Martin makes a few good dunks. Yeah, I think KJ. I've been kind of trying to figure out the thing about KJ. I think KJ needs to have his role set by Ty Lue. I think he needs to establish a role for KJ Martin. Who is he going to be comfortable playing with? You put him at the 5 the other night to try to play some of the center position. That's not going to work on a regular basis. I think he needs to be somewhere between the 3 and the 4. But the problem is You got Kawhi Leonard at the 3. You got Robert Covington at the 4. You got Paul George will play the 3 sometimes. You have Nicholas Batum. So it's kind of like a little bit rough to find some minutes for him. And if you put him at the 5, you already got Zubac and Plumlee. So it's like he's trying to find his niche on where to be on the floor. He said we need Harden because man is an okay player, but he's already 27. Let's talk about this James Harden situation, since I know a lot of people want to expound on it. I think with Harden doesn't bring enough to me. If I want think about the Clippers and Harden, I think Harden, based off of his behavior and his history, his track record, I don't see what he brings to the team that we don't already have. Yes, okay, if he comes in the second unit and he's playing, point guard, is he going to take away from Terrence Mann, or is he going to add on? Is he going to take away from Bones Highland? Is he going to add on? Is he going to sacrifice? Is he going to take less shots? Because all that matters. Is he going to sacrifice, or is he going to take less shots? He said we have too many guys, but we need to get rid of some of these. I think we got to get rid of like Batum and Morris. If you don't get rid of Terrence Mann, because Terrence Mann is the defensive point of attack guy, you don't get rid of him. You got to get rid of either Norman Powell or Bones Highland. That's why I said it's between those two who you get rid of. And I think, personally, my opinion, because Bones is young and I believe the front office like Bones Highland, I think they'll get rid of him before they get rid of Norman before they get rid of Bones. Westbrook helping Bones off the court. Great display of leadership. Another classic example of why Westbrook's on this team. Another great example, because Westbrook brings a level of leadership, accountability on the court. That's what Westbrook does. So I think, personally, I like what Westbrook brings to the team. Just being completely honest. So let's call my soliloquy again. We have to. Norman Powell has to get out this slump. Bones Highland, he was out by the third quarter. He was cooking. He was absolutely destroying the Denver Nuggets. As elusive as out of control he can get, he also does have great heart, playmaking skills of that nature, and things of that that could actually help this team. And hopefully he has a speedy recovery back on the court. And as far as what the Nuggets, like I told you how we match up against the Nuggets, I already said the Nuggets don't have a bench, like a strong bench this year. So I think that's where the Clippers can actually exploit them. But then again, Zubac, I think, doesn't need to be guarding Jokic. I think that needs to be Mason Plumlee. Shout out to my boy Rick. Shout out to my guy Rick. He said Bones cold, too nice footwork, crazy. Yeah, his footwork is nice, bro. Definitely is nice. I like his swagger too. Said laugh out loud. Terrence Mann isn't untouchable. If the Nuggets say we'll trade Jokic for Mann, Clippers would be. Well, we know that, Bubba. We know that. He said Herm, they biggest treat to the Nuggets and the Suns, like, and you that one healthy. Oh yeah. Um, let me see. Amir said Jamal Crawford can play make too. Can he run the offense? Like, could he run like the team? Because Bones can actually run the offense. He said we didn't do too bad for us not having our stars. I didn't expect the Nuggets to play their stars. See, that's why I don't. I know I kind of get Ty Lue's choosing to sit him out. So I guess that's we'll see them 4 more times this year. But I really would like to see the Clippers get a chance to play against the Nuggets full strength and see who's who. But based off what I've been seeing like tonight, as far as the second and third units, the second unit has to they have like the upper hand in my opinion. Mm-hmm. But Neat said getting Harden would stunt Bones grow up. Yeah, it certainly would. He said Nuggets had all their stars in the first half. They had everybody on the court except MPJ, and that's kind of my thing. Like the Clippers, they're so deep, and then when you have the right lineups out there, they'll make you think they're starting players. You'll think Terrence Mann's a starter. You'll think Robert Covington's a starter. You'll think Mason Plumlee's a starter. You'll think Norman Powell's a starter. You know what I mean? Like that is that's the amount of depth the Clippers truly have. Shit. Let me drop this link for y'all. I know we kind of up pretty late. If y'all have 25, we got 25 people. We should have over 25 likes. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all in a minute, play a little short intro, short video, and then we'll get back to it, man. All right. All right, man. So that was our membership badges available video. If you guys like to get your membership badges, please get them. All my LA Clipper supporters, all my LA Clipper people, man. Make sure you guys get your LA Clipper badges today. As y'all see on the screen right there, those are all of our members right now. As a matter of fact, one of our members is on the screen right now. The co-host of the Pull Up Basketball Podcast, my boy Rick Masters. What's good, brother? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, B Jizzle. I'm doing good. Yo, and salute to everybody in the chats. Man, BJ, Clips, they looking all right, man. They looking all right. And I say that because literally, Kawhi and them, they didn't play the main starters, didn't play the three people that we really wanted to see. But the takeaway I got from it was, Clips, they got everything they need. Because to be quite honest with you, when I was watching the game, I'm like, if man could at least gave me about 15 to 18 points, he only had 10. And then of course, what's the brother name? Was it Powell? Pope, not Pope, Powell.
Yeah, Pat. More
If
Pat.
he could have gave me about 20 or 15 points and then Plumlee did a little bit more, just a little bit more, they probably would have beat the doggone Nuggets. And I'm just sitting there like, how your boy Lou just got them running and looking out there. So I'm like, man,
For real.
I'm like, cause yeah, they lost by 13, but like I said, just from those two, just man and Powell, man, like if they just, would have scored just a little bit, they probably would have won. And what's crazy to me is, obviously Joker gonna do what he do, right? And then of course, that Denver Nugget team is just the chemistry is just crazy. But I think what I just liked the most, what I saw was just the fluidity, man, and the chemistry and the stars with the for the Clips not even out there. And I'm like, Lou really got them moving and cooking. So really, like it always boils down to, man, you just hope that everybody stays healthy during the season. Cause from what I saw, man, I'm like, so for they starters not to start, had Joker out there and them boys for the first half, and then the bench, even what's the new guys' names? Because I don't remember them. But I think it was K Brown and like K something else, K Martin on the Clips.
Yeah, KJ.
Them dudes, man, them dudes came out with some fire.
Yeah,
I was
KJ.
like, man, if they can keep that going, and you know what I'm saying, and I know Westbrook, he's probably a good person in the locker room too, because he just high tenacity all the time, man. Like he always at it. So I just know, man, if they can kind of keep that together, man, and keep that going, Flip's looking good, bro.
Yeah, I think what I wanted to see more, if I wanted to, their 3-point shooting, that's the thing that I wanted to see. Like, I think we were like 3 for 15, 3 for 16 from 3-point line. We got to be more consistent on the 3-point shooting. If we want to have a chance in the West, we got to be better, shooting the basketball. So I don't know how you felt about that, but we got to shoot the ball better.
I mean, of course, that I guess to me that was just. I mean, I guess I say it like this, man. Like when it come to threes, you know me, man. I'm old school. Live by the three, die by the three. I mean, that'll just never go out of my head since grade school. I mean, when you own, and when you not, you not. So it's a more high percentage shot. I mean, you can basically only hope it goes down. Plus, you playing the defending champs. Like I said, they had they starting five out there, and it wasn't like they was taking it easy. So I mean, they were really playing like defense on them. So I mean, unless you just a little Steph Curry or something, and even he has his nights where he ain't hitting everything. Threes are just a higher percentage shot, man. So you kind of got to live by the sword in a sense with those. But we already know that, even on a decent night, Clippers they pretty decent as a team on threes. But I mean, just to come, since we didn't really see Kawhi in them, I'm not really gonna go too hard on them like that because I'm more so impressed because I really thought they was about to get blown out. But when I saw how Lou had them running and how you could tell like those guys got a good little chemistry going between them. It's kind of like whoever's hot, we gonna feed them, but we still gonna look for options type of ball. Because obviously Bones was like cooking, like he was just on. So it's like they read that, they fed him, but then if you was open, it was like take it. So I mean, I like you say, yeah, threes. I saw that, bro, but I'm not really worried about that. I mean, everybody had a nights, and so I already know Clips can shoot when they really get going, like get it going.
Mm. Yeah, I think so too, man. Just a little couple things you just gotta fine tune. But I'm excited for the season start next week. I ain't gonna lie, ready for the season to start. Before I move to, have you seen the Bucks lately?
Yeah, man. Yo, my man, Lillard went for like what, 1 for 5 or 1 for 6 or something like that. I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
But like I
yeah,
but like I told everybody, man, like I told everybody before they even played a preseason game, I was like, look, you know, I understand what they look like on paper, but it's a whole different story, man. That chemistry is a real thing. As we saw tonight with the Clips, man, that chemistry is a real thing. And then on top
mhm,
of that, the Bucks got a new coach. So I mean, that whole situation itself, man, they kind of have to get something going there. But I mean, ultimately, man, I mean, I feel like they're gonna have more nights like that, even during the regular season. You know what I mean? Because the Clips, obviously, when you like, if you compare those two teams, the Clips have been together. You know what I'm saying, for a minute. The only thing that's really been hindering y'all is really just injuries, but they've been together forever. So you
right,
got Damian Lillard. He coming over. Yeah, he's a. I don't think nobody would argue the fact that he's a offensive danger. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, bro, if you come into a new organization, you got the new coaching, you trying to get the good chemistry going with a superstar like Giannis. I mean, that's gonna take a little time, but I mean, the pressure that they have on them, it's like now or never. You know what I'm saying? Because they both got what they wanted. But yeah, I'm not gonna be shocked if I see some more games like that during the season. But they're gonna have to clean it up real quick. Is all I'm saying.
right. Good points. All right, so we got what 30 people in here, man. We should have over 30 likes. Let's get them likes up, y'all. We got Herm in the building. What's good, Herm?
Salute BJ, salute Rick. Um,
Salute, salute, salute.
that, that, like I was alluding to, Clippers gonna be a solid team, decent team, but they a piece away for being a legit championship team. They gonna have to make a move at some point. I see the writings on the wall already with the team, and I think end of the day, if they could somehow get a player at the caliber of Pascal Siakam, that would put them over the hump. With the roster currently constructed, you got a lot of inconsistent. They got some guys that got potential, but they inconsistent. Norman Powell, talented. When he's hot, he can score with the best of them, but inconsistent. Bones Howard, we don't know yet. Talented, but we don't know. Russ, that's your clear cut leader. He'll hold things together, but you still don't know with him in times. They need a legit third guy that was solidify their needs, and Siakam could cover a lot of those needs that they have. That could be that type of power forward they've been needing for the last 3 years. Until they address their need, they gonna have issues. Terrence, man, I don't know why they feel like he's untradeable because his minutes, his play, his rotations is inconsistent because of the coaching, because of how deep they are in his position. They're too deep in that position, and I think that hinders them at times because they're deep in that position. So how you gonna hack Norman Powell could get in the rhythm if you got to worry about giving Terrence Mann his minutes? How Norman Powell gonna get in the rhythm when Bones Allen do get in the game? He get going. He's playmaking. He's getting going offensively. How can you sit him down if he got it going? So how Norman Powell gonna be consistent when you 3 or 4 deep in that position? So at the end of the day, somebody got to go. But if I could get a guy like Pascal Siakam, Terrence, man, you got to go. You ain't that great to the point where you untrapped. Clippers got to stop bullshit, pull the trigger, and go all in. If you really want to win, you got to go all in. And until they do that, they gonna keep having this potential issue. You gonna keep having guys being inconsistent, no matter how talented they are. And end of the day, like I said, they're gonna be a second round team, win 47 games, lose in the second round. That's gonna be the Clippers until they make a big move, until they go all in. Until I see them go all in, that's what I see them as.
I think I don't think Pascal is in. That's the thing. I don't know who put that report out, but that was never a real option for us to get him. I don't think there's no logical way we can get Pascal because the money he's making, as far as also Toronto's GM Ujiri, is not going to give up a valuable piece. They made their moves already this off season. They got rid of Fred VanVleet. That was their big fish. They're trying to build with Pascal and build with Scotty Barnes, build with OG Anunoby. They're not trying to move those pieces. So I don't see their Clippers can even make a move to get that dude. That's why I don't really worry about Pascal. I think it's more like what Rick was saying. The biggest Achilles heel with the Clippers has just been health. That's been their only Achilles heel. I watched this game from start to finish against Denver. The Denver Nuggets played their whole starting five outside of MPJ. And the Clippers' second and third string was sticking with them pretty much throughout the whole duration. So that shows they have the depth that they have. They're not that their depth is deeper than anybody else in the league.
I don't
It's
think so.
so who you think is deeper?
I think the Los Angeles Lakers right now are deeper than you guys. I'm not even a Lakers fan. I hope they get their ass kicked, but they deeper than you guys. Preseason, I don't never take preseason all the way serious. And end of the day, yes, the backups played good against Denver when they had their starters in the first half, but I don't put any stock in it. If I see that in the middle of the regular season or something, yeah, that's something to talk about. That's something to really look into. Preseason now, most teams, especially the good teams, they going through the motions, man. They're just ready for the damn season to start, and they gonna go from their preseason. They're just going through the motion. So I don't put a lot of stock in the preseason when it comes to the good teams, the top teams playing. They go coast through. You know what I'm saying? In Denver, they got this celebration shit going on. Their biggest star been drinking beer all damn year, so it's gonna take him about 20, 30 games to get right. So I really ain't gonna put any stock into that preseason stuff. I never really do because either the good teams going through motions or you know what I'm saying, you got some of these younger teams really just trying to get their stuff together and get organized in the preseason. So I really don't put any stock in the preseason. I know end of the day with the Clippers, I'm just looking at the bigger picture now. They got issues. That four spot is an issue. And today you're too deep in the shooting guard position. You're too deep in the shooting guard position. One of those guys got to go. You got to get rid of one of them. And at the end of the day, until they pull that trigger, they gonna keep having issues. You gonna keep having inconsistencies. That's the reason why Norman Powell gonna be inconsistent. It ain't because he can't play. It ain't because he shit is hard to get in the rhythm. Because like I said, Terrence Mann, you need him on the floor because his defense and because when he does play, you get a lot of positives. Bones Highland, if he get going and he's playmaking, getting guys easy shots and he's scoring, how in the hell you can sit him down? So I just view it as end of the day, you go, I always see one of those three guys be inconsistent, and that's not a good look.
I'm gonna let you respond, Rick.
I mean, one thing I will say, I think to nab on when he, with the inconsistencies, it does show in that area of that two, like the two guard spot. He does have a point with that. I mean, because like you said, when you got one guy going, you really don't want to take him out, obviously, right? So that means the other guys, because they're what, three, maybe three or four deep, most so three deep. But it's like, when the season starts, now you got the stars playing. So then you leaving two guys kind of hanging there, right? So in that area, I definitely can see his point. But what I will say is that I know because that team can get going. I mean, we've seen it. And like he said, it's been inconsistent because of how deep they are in that area. But I just feel, man, like, I guess it goes back to what we got taught in high school, man. Like, you just got to stay ready because, man, like, he said preseason is not something to really take serious, but I more so look at it like it's a preview. Like, this is a preview of a team. So from the preview of what I saw, I'm like, yo, Clips, if they could just get it together, man, and like I said, for heaven's sakes, just stay healthy, man. I think it's something good over there. But I will agree with them. When you have that many guys in that spot, it is kind of hard to get consistent because when one guy's hot, you don't really want to take him out. So then that guy sits down finally. The other guy comes in. Let's not forget the stars are going to be playing first. So that does keep, people kind of cold and inconsistent. But I just got to dive back to the foundation of that's when you stay ready, man, because you never know when your number going to get called. But all in all, man, I mean, yo, I think they can do it, man. I mean, if they play as smooth as they did, and of course when we see the starters out there with them, hey man, Flip's looking nice. You know what I'm saying? But again, I gotta see it. But they look nice as far as a preview.
I think with the whole, I mean, because Cameron just said it, the reason why I can't say the Lakers are deep is because they got beat by a team. And I do take some emphasis on preseason because it shows not so much the stars, but what your second and your third string looks like. If the Lakers were so deep, they got beat by 23 points by a team that's not even considered all that deep. That's the Phoenix Suns, who we say time and time again, they don't really have a bench. Who is going to rely on their scores is Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant. They don't really have a deep team over there in Phoenix. And as I look at this Laker roster right here, and I want y'all to all see what I got up on the screen, I don't really see depth. I see guys who are hungry that are trying to make a push, but none of these guys are proven. I mean, look at the roster that they have right now. None of these guys have had valuable minutes in the playoffs. None of these guys have had really valuable experience on the big stage like that. If I look at, all these players on the list for the Lakers, like I look at
I got a question, BJ. Who on the Clippers roster right now better than Torian Prince off the bench at his position?
it's not even about that. Who has a
Nah, I'm
better
just
who has
answering the
who has
question.
a, who has a better five coming off the bench is the question.
It's the Rui. Who better than Rui Hachimura off the bench for the Clippers?
So let's name the second string right now. You got
Shit, I
you
can
got
keep going.
you got Norman Powell, right? You got Mason Plumlee, you got uh Robert Covington, you got Bones Highland, and you got who's gonna be the three? Terrence Mann. That's they bench. Now name the Lakers bench.
Christian Wood. He's better than Miles Plum.
What's
Uh,
they bench? What's they bench?
Rui Hachimura. Shit, he's better than Marcus Morris or Batum, however you want to slice it. You got who else coming up that bench? Who they gonna have? I kind of gotta follow them a little bit more to understand. Let me look at that roster.
It's on the screen.
Right, I'm trying to. That ain't that whole roster.
That's the whole roster right there.
Gabe Vincent. Hell, he's proven that. He's more proven than anybody that's on that bench over there.
No, he
He
not.
probably gonna be a starter though. He is.
He
Man,
had
Gabe Vincent,
what what
for his
what he
playoff performances, I think Gabe Vincent performed better than what Norman Powell ever done in the playoffs.
so you think he
Period.
better than Terrence Mann?
Yes. Right now, yes. More proven. He's more proven than Terrence Mann. Gabe Vincent more proven than Terrence Mann. And if Miami didn't have him in these last couple of years, they wouldn't have made the runs that they made.
They
He's
made a
more
run without
proven.
hold on. Herm, they made runs without Gabe Vincent.
Nah, but the last couple of seasons, Eastern Conference Finals, NBA Finals, he was on the team.
He was on the team last year. That's it.
Gabe Vincent, to me, his past playoff performance alone been better than what Terrence Mann ever done in the
No,
playoffs.
what we're saying is that he had one playoff run.
I mean,
He still gave
Terrence Mann had one playoff run because the first
he
time y'all did make it, he wasn't playing.
he
He didn't play.
benefited off of Miami's system. He's
Now
not
you
gonna,
want to bring the system. You still got to perform.
bro. The system is what makes them players what they are, man. They recycle players all the time. That's who Miami is. That's their culture.
It don't matter. He's still more proven than Terrence Mann.
He's not more proven. I'm just saying, if you can't name the second starting five, then you can't tell me they deeper.
I
If you
mean,
can't,
nigga,
name they bench,
five niggas ain't coming out the bench. Five niggas ain't coming. And most of the time, BJ, like I'm trying to tell you that, like I told y'all last year, when it comes to the playoffs, you only 8 or 9 deep in the playoffs. You're not playing no
okay, well,
10. You're not playing no 10,
name,
11 motherfuckers. You're
name four
not
off the
doing
bench.
that. You playing 8 or 9 niggas. And if I had to look at the first
Name
8,
four off the bench.
if I'm
Name
looking
four
at
off.
the first, if I'm looking at the first 8, BJ, the Lakers are better than y'all.
I
The Lakers
said
are better.
you can't. Hold on, you can't keep
The Lakers
decreasing
are
it.
better.
You can't. You can't keep decreasing it, Herm. I
No,
asked you
I'm not
name
decreasing.
four.
I'm just telling you,
Name
BJ,
four off the bench,
When have you
bro. If you hold on, we ain't doing this. Hold on.
be
The fact
real, bro? Take that fan shit out of.
you going we ain't doing that shit today. Not tonight. I'm sorry. I'm not finna hear none of that bullshit. You do this every time you come onto the live. Every time I ask you a question, you avoid the question. I asked you specifically, who has a better start? I let you go through your spew and shit. You said Gabe Vincent been on the team for 2 years prior. He was only on team one for 1 year. So you lied there. You lied about how they have a deeper roster. I gave you the opportunity to prove that they have a deeper roster. You only can name 2, 3 guys off the bench for the Lakers. I named 5 dudes for the Clippers. The whole backup 5. You want to nitpick, and then you don't want to explain your stance. Like that's why I have to stop you. You can't do all this hopping around the panel, man. You got to make your point and stick with it. If you feel the Lakers have a deeper team, you should be able to name specifically the next 5 coming off the bench for the Lakers. You can't do it because they don't have a deep enough team. They just got beat by 20 points to a team that's not even considered deep. That's how you prove if they're a deep team or not. The Clippers can actually compete with the Denver Nuggets starting 5. That's what makes them a deep team. So I can't deal with that, man. You gotta be specific with what you're saying. Rick, you still there, man?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I can't deal with that nonchalant shit. Herm does that all the time, man. If you making a point, bro, make your point, but don't keep hopping around. Um, let me see. The really say I trust the Clippers bench. Of course. I mean, the Lakers again. The reason why I can't trust the Lakers bench is because first of all, their playing style is through LeBron and through Anthony Davis. They're top heavy, and their bench players are not proven. They're just guys who are hungry for hungry to be on the court and actually play, but they don't have the experience like as the Clippers bench does or the camaraderie. They've factored in so many new players on the Lakers bench. You don't know who's going to show up this upcoming season. Um, but let me ask you this question, Rick. What is in your opinion uh the Clippers number one thing other than help they need to get better?
I think the number one thing is, let's see, because Kawhi, he's solidified. Let's see. So if I'm going down the list, bro. I mean, one thing, like I said, I'm just gonna piggyback off of what Herm said, because one good point I did like that he mentioned is that they kind of that 2 spot. That's really the biggest thing. It's that 2 spot. I mean, again, when I realistically look at the season, we got the starters out there, but then it's like, okay, let's say Powell gets hot one night, he cooking. Well, man got to be out there. You know what I'm saying, when he comes in, because he plays defense. You gotta have defense. So it's always gonna leave one of those 3 out somewhere, right? And that's really the only thing I can nitpick on. Like I said, now that's where Herm did. I did agree with him on. But at the end of the day, I just come from the school of be ready. You know what I mean? Just be ready at all times. So, granted, it does mess with you a little bit. Like if a guy's hot and you're not really playing, then they expect you to come in and, be just as hot, but you ain't really played that many minutes because you got to warm up. Game situations change, game styles change, the way you got to strategize in certain quarters. I understand all that. But all in all, man, I mean, I just really come from the school of being ready. I mean, if you sitting on the bench and you kind of watching everything going, to me at that point, you really need to be strategizing just in case you get in. So it's one of those things where as long as them guys can, like you said, and you pointed it out too, BJ, make sure they hit at least a decent amount of threes. You know what I'm saying? If they're gonna take them, that's the only thing I really can punish them on, man, outside of injuries. Like I said, I don't want to use that as a card, but just really be very, smart in playmaking, right? Like if you're gonna shoot the three, fine, but make sure you're shooting like smart threes. And then, more so look at attacking the basket. And the biggest thing that personally that gets to me, especially when I watch tonight, is that you just need more from certain guys at certain points. Like I said, I actually feel that the Clippers could have won, but you didn't get what you needed because we can't use, the excuse of the two guard spot tonight because the starters didn't even play. So in my mind, it's like, bro, Al, I'm gonna need a little bit more from you, bro. Man, I'm gonna need a little bit more from you. Plumlee, I'm gonna need a little bit more from you. And if we would have got that little bit tonight, they could have won. That's how I look at it. But every dog has their day. They didn't get that little bit. So it is what it is. But from what I saw, it just shows me realistically when everybody gets going, you in the middle of the season, everybody has their chemistry down, everybody flowing. Yo, Clips gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Barring the injuries, they are going to be a problem. But yeah, man, that's the only thing I really can circle out. It's like you said, maybe the threes, and then also just that spot. But even with those two things, I feel like that's just more of a, you know, execution type of thing. Just make sure you're playing smart.
Right. And like you made up the point, like it's your job to be ready. See, the thing with that worries people about the Clippers is their depth. Depth is only a problem if you can't manage the depth. But it's the depth is still on the bench. So that as far as I'm concerned, means you're deep. So it's like, okay, you have like a meal, you have like a Sunday dinner, right? You make all this food, your grandmother, your auntie, your mom make all this food, and then you have so much left over, right? So I'd rather have a lot left over than a little bit. That's why I look at the Clippers. They have a lot of players on the bench that can play. Sometimes to an fault, they have too many players. But if Ty Lue can manage the minutes correctly, then it's gonna look great on the court. But if he starts, overthinking and leaving certain guys in and not putting other guys in the game, that's when it looks bad. And then that's when you see the Clippers starting to struggle. And then I look at what this G Master Funk Flex said. If we look at where's that comment? I just saw it. It was a great comment. See where it's at. Boom. He said the Lakers lost to the Clippers the last 4 years. It's all about matchups, and we are healthy. And that's the only point I'm trying to get to with Hearn. He's trying to make an argument saying that because the Lakers are in the playoffs, it's gonna make it matter. It doesn't matter about that. When you're a bad matchup for somebody, you're a bad matchup for them. It don't matter if it's in the season or the playoffs. You're a bad matchup. That's a huge sample size. 4 years, they have been, 3 years they've been 12-0 against the Lakers. I mean, that's why I say give me a actual valid platform of why you feel the Lakers have such a better team, and then I can say, okay, then that makes sense. Like what you said, Rick, about the Clippers need to be better with their two guard spot and things of that nature. That makes sense. That I'm all for hearing that. Like I'm all here for what the Clippers need to improve on. My emphasis, I think the Clippers need to do better is they need to be a better 3-point shooting team. They cannot be a team that's actually shooting 3 for 18, 3 for 17 from the field. That's not going to work. That is just that's bad basketball.
But BJ, even when, like I said, this goes back to grade school. Basketball is basketball any level, anywhere in the world. Even when your threes are not popping, you just bring the ball in, and we know the Clips can do that. You know what I mean? It just comes down to me as a player, man. You just have to be self-aware. If I take 3 or 4 shots and I only hit 1 out of 3, I'm gonna start bringing the ball in. I'm gonna start shooting around that free throw line. I'm gonna start attacking the basket, because if you're missing shots, it should just dawn on you as a player, I'm hurting my team, right? So let me bring the ball in. Let me take a step in the line. Let me take 2 steps in. Let me get warmed up. Let me hit a couple of shots, see the ball go through the hole, get my energy back up, and then you attempt it. But when you fall in love with the three, that hurts any team across the board.
It does.
Unless the threes are just dropping, cool. Ain't nobody gonna be mad at you. But the problem comes in is when you take 4 or 5 threes, you only hit one, and then you keep shooting them. That's where you start hurting yourself as a team. But the good thing about the Clippers, because even Westbrook showed us last year during the playoffs, like, even though when he wasn't hit as many threes in some games, he just started doing what? He started attacking the basket. He started playing smart grade school basketball. I'm not hitting my shots. Let me start attacking the hoop. He started getting foul calls, started getting his team back into it. But
Mm.
the problem is that they keep shooting the threes and they're not hitting. So to me, it's not even about the threes most of the time, because that's an easy fix. Just stop shooting them.
Yeah.
Start running a game plan where you run it off screens, giving goals, cuts. That's why I say you need a little bit more from your big men, Zubac, Plumlee. So, start getting a little bit more aggressive, because anybody will tell you from middle school up, if it ain't dropping, bring it in. It's just that simple to me, because
Mhm.
you're not gonna be hot every night. Like I said, unless you Steph Curry, Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, some of the greats in the NBA. Look, if you don't have them names on your back, I'm not
Yeah.
expecting you to have a stellar 3-point night. But I am expecting you to be aware that, hey, I'm not dropping tonight. Let me bring the ball in, or let me switch up the game style. And I think the Clips have not only the team, but they have the chemistry and the coaching to kind of counter that when they run into nights like that. But they just got to be aware.
Nah, they do. They do.
But I want y'all to look at this. I'm gonna ask you a question, ask you and BJ a question at the same time, Rick.
Okay.
When you look at the Clippers roster, where did the deepest at? They where did the deepest at to y'all?
They at the guard spot. Well, guard
Okay.
and forward. Guard and forward.
I say really the guards. They really deep in guards. And I think it hinders when you deep in guards like the Clippers are, somebody always gonna be affected. Terrence, man, is the type of guy. He's not the greatest offensively, but that's the type of guy that needs to play at least between 26 to 30 minutes a game. That's gonna be hard to get that because you got a Russell Westbrook, and today he's one of the legends of the game. And how Russ plays, you gonna need that leadership on the court. So really, Russ gonna play about between 26 to 30 minutes himself. So how you gonna incorporate Terrence, man, Bones Allen, and Norman Powell? Because you still got Kawhi and Paul George out there. So it's gonna be hard to incorporate those guys. And that's where Ty Lue struggles the most. Your weak spot is your power forward spot as is. Now they can solidify that by saying, "Hey, Kawhi, you gonna be your position is power forward." Now they do that. That's the type of adjustment you can make. But the only thing you got to worry about after that, though, will that hinder Kawhi Leonard? Will that affect him dealing with guys that are more heavier on a consistent basis? Even though he's one of the strongest players in the league, will that take a toll out on him? Dealing with guys bigger than him that just putting their body mass on him night in and night out. End of the day, I think they're just too deep in guards, and they want they are. I keep telling y'all, they are one move away from being legit. And people tend to ignore that point that I'm saying. They just one move away to being really legit. They're not legit right now because Ty Lue is going to be hard for him to figure out the rotation. gonna be hard for him to understand who to keep in and keep out. Because yes, everybody agrees Terrence man need his minutes, but how can you? Bones Allen rolling. You can't sit up there and take him out the game and say, man, we need defense in the game now. And you still got Russell Westbrook, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. Those three guys taking up your minutes right there by themselves. Just those three. So I mean that's gonna be difficult for Ty Lue. I think he's put in the unfair spot. I think how the roster constructed. That's why it's hard for him to decide how he do his rotations. That's why it's hard for him. And it's gonna be hard for him this year. They gotta make a move. They got to. Have no choice.
Uh, I think again, so that just what Herm just said really is a coaching issue. It's not a player issue because
It is a player issue
you
because
have
you too deep in a certain position, and that's gonna bring in the day y'all interior is y'all weakness. Most teams gonna out rebound you. Most teams gonna be more athletic than you. That's why, in a sense, y'all struggle against teams, even though the Kings not a proven team, but y'all will struggle against that type of team because they're young, they're more athletic, and when you look at their guard play is obviously better. So I mean, it's a lot of different things that you guys got to solidify, and it's gonna be hard to cover. It's gonna be hard to cover that. That's just honest God truth.
I
One,
think
end
I
of the day,
think
two of those guards got to go.
so. So let's look at the guard spots right now. Salute to Cam the Hooper. What's good, brother? As y'all come in here, smash that like button right now. Got over 35 people. We got 35 likes. So let's look at the guard spots. You got Russ at the one. You got the other two with PG. That's the two guards right there. Then you got coming off the bench, you got T Man and Norman Powell. So you got two backups. Where are the other guards at? Who's getting heavy minutes outside those four guards?
Whether you believe it or not, Bones Allen needs to play more minutes this year. Whether you know it or not,
But
I
he hasn't. But that's the thing though. That's why I say they're
y'all
not as
can't
deep.
y'all be
They're not
holding
as
back the
deep.
wrong guys.
But that's four players. That's not deep heavy in one area. You got four guys in the guard position. That is normal rotation. You got one
You
backup,
keep forgetting what Paul George play most of the time.
two and a three.
All right, he really you might well say you're a shooting guard, right? How,
But he can play. But he
how
can.
you gonna incorporate? How you gonna
That's
incorporate
why
them
I gave
within
you that.
that?
I
But how
gave
you
you that.
gonna incorporate them within that though? They Paul George playing this 30 plus minutes. Kawhi Leonard playing this 30 plus minutes. Russ gonna play 30 plus minutes. So how you going to incorporate those guys and see if they gonna be consistent? It's not their fault that they're not going to be consistent. It's the fact that in the day how the roster is constructed, it's gonna make them inconsistent. It's gonna make them
Okay,
inconsistent alone.
you have four. We have four guards right now that are getting valuable minutes. Bones is not getting valuable minutes. He never has. He just got minutes this preseason. He ain't getting heavy minutes like that. He's
Well, if
it's
y'all don't play in heavy minutes,
that's
that's a
four.
mistake y'all gonna make.
But you said we top heavy in guards, but we have only four guards on the rotation. That's not top heavy. Even if you put Russ giving him 32 minutes, T Man can get minutes at the guard or the four. He can play 1 through 3. You stagger the guard, you stagger their minutes. You put Russ with T Man, you put Russ with Norman Powell, you put them with other guards to spread the minutes around. That's why I said the guard, that's not the biggest. The biggest is the forwards. You got Kawhi, PG, Rocco, Batum, Marcus Morris. That's 5 people who really gets minutes in the forward position. It's not the guard spot that's it's heavy. It's the forwards. So if you want to get off of Rocco, if you want to get off of Marcus Morris and Nicholas Batum, that takes care of that position of them being
Yeah,
top heavy, especially
nobody wants them.
that they can sit down on the bench. And there you
Nobody
go.
wants them.
But you can sit them on the bench. Then that takes care of
And,
that problem.
and,
Marcus
and,
Morris, Marcus
and
Morris can be on the bench.
end of the day, what's your weak spots on the team? Your center and your power forward position. Really, your
He's not our
weaknesses.
center. Our center is good.
Nah,
Power forward.
Zubac can't play heavy minutes like that. When he does,
Mason
that
Plumlee.
affects y'all. That
Mason
affects
Plumlee.
y'all when they play heavy minutes. If y'all play
Mason
against the
Plumlee.
top teams in the NBA, he can't play heavy minutes like that if y'all playing against the top 4 or 5 teams in the league. He's
No,
not gonna be able
absolutely.
to play heavy minutes.
He played
That's why
20.
y'all
He
gonna
played.
get all right.
He played.
Y'all play those top 4 or 5 teams. Y'all gonna get out rebounded by each and every one of
Okay,
them.
but you look, Herm. You're looking at one
That's
side.
half the game right there.
You're not looking at the other side. You're just looking at one side. First of all, there's only a number of handful of centers in the league that are like that. No, Nikola Jokic, Embiid, Domantas Sabonis, DeAndre Ayton,
What the
Anthony
top
Davis.
4 or 5 teams gonna have in common though?
Tell me.
They gonna have more size than what you guys have. They gonna be one of the top rebounding teams in the league. They gonna be physical in a sense. And at the end of the day, man, Clippers gotta make one more big move now. If your ass can keep ignoring it and keep thinking that this team right here is good enough, y'all motherfuckers just not good enough right now as constructed to compete for a title. That's all I'm saying. Y'all good. Y'all gonna make the playoffs. Y'all gonna do that. Y'all gonna get to the
So who are
second
these
round.
teams? Who are these
Y'all
teams?
motherfuckers
Though?
not no
So
damn contenders. Y'all motherfuckers not
who
there.
these teams are so far ahead of the Clippers though that you naming of
The Boston Celtics way ahead of y'all.
in the
The,
Western
the,
Conference? Who I don't think Boston is
I
in the
mean,
Western
you just want to name the West. Los Angeles Lakers. They was one of the 4 final
Oh my
teams.
gosh.
Guess what? I hate the Lakers. I hate LeBron. But I'm being real. You can't ignore the fact that team right there just was one of the last 4 teams standing. At the
But
end of
that
the
don't
day,
make you
and
a
when it comes to
hold
the
on,
Jared Vanderbilt is better than any defender y'all got on y'all roster by
what
himself. It's man,
what
I can keep going. The damn well, y'all and Phoenix really a
What?
toss up to me.
hey
Y'all and
man,
Phoenix really a
hey
toss up to me.
Jared,
hey
but
Herm, I can't you said bro, come on.
Jared Vanderbilt not better than no Kawhi and PG at
Man,
defense.
Kawhi not even that nigga on defense no more. He can still
Man,
defend,
stop it,
but he can't
bro.
do it
Sit down.
consistently.
Hey Herm, see
When
that
the last
trolling
time he
shit.
done it
Herm,
consistently?
I gotta
When the
stop.
last time he done it consistently?
That's that trolling shit, man. You gotta stop that, man.
I ain't trolling.
But what
Y'all
Troll,
makes you
not
the
y'all
Clippers to do?
man.
you
I'm not
trolling.
giving y'all no benefit of the doubt. I'm not gonna sit up here and cap for y'all
That's
motherfuckers
fine.
no more. I'm telling the truth
That's
and what
fine.
I've been seeing for the
Why do
last
y'all
2 or 3
Man,
years.
hold on.
Y'all
But that's just
motherfuckers ain't
hey,
built
but
like
Herm,
that.
that's just
That's why we
disrespectful.
got money on it. That's why we got money on it. I'm gonna take your damn money.
Nah, you gonna get the hell out of here. Cause I can't keep see Herm that right. Don't ask to come back on the rest of the night, bro. It's cool to be, but saying dumb shit like Jared Vanderbilt and all that, bro. That you gotta go. Sorry, I need
Very much.
real
Okay.
basketball minds in here. Like, I can't deal with trolling. Not tonight, man. It's too late. Just came back from the game. I ain't got time for that stupid shit. Go ahead, Cam.
What's up, man? Salute, BJ, y'all.
Oh my
Salute, salute.
gosh, I need a drink.
Is that Rick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Salute,
Uh,
me,
salute,
man.
Rick.
Salute, salute.
Look, man, I feel like the Clippers, they good where they at, man. You know, Tyloo, of course, he need to just find out the figure out the rotations. You know, at the like you said at the forward spot, because y'all pretty deep at that spot. But for the most part, the Clippers, they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
I, I'm sorry. It's and like I said, I asked the man. I said, who in the West is really going to be ahead of? But who are these teams? And he can't name. He can't name one. I said to myself, the teams that give the Clippers trouble is the Nuggets and the Pelicans. If you want to
Right.
talk about those teams, let's talk about those teams. I just watched them play the Nuggets. I feel like they're good enough to beat the Nuggets based off of their depth now and what they got with Westbrook to attack the rim. I ain't seen them against the Pelicans yet, but this nigga talking about the Lakers and then you want the sad thing about her, he actually believed the dumb shit he be saying. I thought this dude is trolling, but this nigga really believe what he be saying, and
Yeah,
I'm
he
like,
just be chatting most of the
that
time,
is
bro.
scary, bro. That is scary.
He just be chatting about her. When I be listening to her, I would just be like, bro, this nigga just be saying anything.
Man, I'm like,
But
yeah,
for the
go ahead.
most part, like you said, those teams who give the Clippers problem, they have what they have in common, size, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Size.
Yeah, man, the Clippers will be fine. They'll be fine if they stay healthy. That's just the biggest, Of course, that's the biggest thing with the Clippers. It's health.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. That's all.
I feel like, man, I'm waiting on the season, man. I think this gonna be a lit season this year.
Oh yeah, for sure. Uh, the realest, yeah, Bones got he sprained his ankle, so that's another thing. Bones is gonna be out for a little bit, so
Yeah,
the
I heard that on Showtime channel.
so let me ask you, who do you like more? Do you like Bones or do you think you still like Norman Powell more?
That's a good question. You know what, man? I like Bones. I really do like Bones, but I feel like at times Norman Powell can be more impactful with his scoring. He can give you 20 points. Right along with Kawhi and PG.
Hmm. Yeah. What about you, Rick?
For me, they're interchangeable, and it really depends on who's on that night. To be honest, I mean, you kind of called it out, BJ. You in that guard spot, you pretty much got a solidified four. So I mean, to me, if you're not one of the main guys, you kind of already understand your role. If somebody gets hurt, somebody's tired, whatever the case may be, you may get more minutes. And like you said, far as staggering players with other superstars, that's also a uh, a divisive way of planning in a sense when it comes to coaching. But I mean, let's realistically think about it. During the season, you're not going to switch out, all five people anyway. And then you're really going to look at, okay, PG, do you need, are you tired, you hurt, whatever? Kawhi, you tired, whatever. Like they going to play as long as they want to play. But when it comes to that guard spot, it's like, look, just be ready. That's why I keep harking back into being ready. When a lot of times that second group or those people that are interchangeable, it's like they only come in to let the stars rest, to get their break.
Mm-hmm.
Because during the season, the stars are going to be playing. So for the most part, that's why I'm not too even zoned in on Bones Highland playing or needs more playing time or Powell needs more playing time. Because 9 times out of 10, by the time they get in, it's just to let the stars to rest. You know what I mean? Or to kind of finish out a game like, hey, we up by 15, we up by 20. Y'all get in there and maintain it, for the last 4, 5 minutes. And then, you go home with a dub. So, I mean, I'm looking at it more so if I am the coach, if I am a person that's controlling the joystick in a sense. You know what I mean? It's like when I'm playing 2K, I'm not putting in no bones and no pads. Kawhi staying in there. PG staying in there. Now, if I'm up by 15, I'm up by 20, then I start rotating people, just like they do in real life. But, like you said, BJ, I love your analogy, man. It's like I would rather have more food after Thanksgiving than not to have enough if you got too many people over. So, I mean, that was a good analogy. It's like I'd rather have more than less. And so, to me, everybody knows their roles. I mean, hell, look at the Denver Nuggets. Like they played the hell out them guys, and that's the reason why they won. Your stars got to stay out there. Yeah, they set them down when they got tired. Yeah, they set them down if it looks like they were pushing themselves too hard. But then when they rested, they was right back out there. You know what I mean? So realistically speaking, when it comes to Norman and the Bones, I mean, hell, just be ready. Because it ain't like I'm not expecting you to play no 30 minutes. No way. Like, I'm not really expecting that.
They played. Let me see how much time. Hold on.
And then as you looking at BJ, and then Herm, he also said that if you move Kawhi to the four, I mean that's deadlier to me Because hell, all Kawhi gonna do is post your ass up, man you up, and then hit that little fadeaway or that little, that little 14, 10-foot jumper he do, or he gonna crawl in there, hit that layup, or just do that little one hand big fat hand dunk. Like, I think, like you said, BJ, you made a point about this. Because Kawhi has been hurt for so long, it just gives you this hazy or grayish view on him. But we already know Kawhi, when he want to play, bruh, he's not something you can push around. So when you got him on the 4 spot, I mean, bro, and then he's a good distributor too. People sleep on that as well. Dude be passing the ball, putting it right in your chest. So even if you move him to the 4, it's like, to me, you really helping everybody, because now he may not be the tallest, but I'm gonna tell you what, when he's down there with them slower centers, yeah, he may not be as big as imposing like an Embiid and all that. But if Embiid and them are not careful, he's gonna be poking that ball out, and they're gonna be running the other way. And that's the good thing about the Clips; they're a fast team. So once Kawhi pokes that ball out, the ball already passed half court going into the hoop. So,
Bro,
I mean,
these niggas play 28, 29, 28, 28 minutes a piece. That's almost close to like an actual game. Like, you play pretty much 3 out of 4 quarters.
yeah, that's why I said, man. I mean, look, all fairness to Herm, if he looks at the preseason as is not really a big deal, that's fair. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their opinion. I look at preseason as preview. That's what I tell my brain. It's a preview. And so what I looked at was, you had the defending champs, and I don't care what nobody says. You can disagree with me, but Joker and them was playing. They were playing ball. You know what I'm saying? You don't go hit almost a damn near a triple double just by walking in your sleep. No, he was playing. And you know what I'm saying? Gordon was playing. Like, them boys were playing. So to me, if you lost by 13, but like I said, I'm gonna pick on Norman, I'm gonna pick on Man, and I'm gonna pick on Plumlee. All they had to do was give us just a little bit more. If they would have gave us a little bit more, this would be a different conversation right now. You basically done beat the defending champs. and and on top of that, I can't sit here and agree with, oh, it's the preseason, that it's just going through the motions. I didn't see no going through the motions basketball play tonight. Them boys was running up and down that court hooping. So I'm not, I didn't agree with that one. It wasn't no motions on that one.
Yeah, man. That's what I saw too. What you got, Cam?
Look, man. Let me clarify. I'm not a Clippers fan. Kawhi Leonard, he's one of my favorite players of this era. I'm just getting sick and tired of these narratives, bro. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, they're two of the best players of this era. No matter how you slice it and dice it. These dudes, when they're healthy, they're the top dogs. They're one of the top dogs. Two of the top dogs. We gotta stop making up stuff, right? Cause of guys, can't stay healthy and just throwing out bull crap. And I'm not talking about y'all. Of course, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about other people like Herm, who's a known Clipper hater, by the way. But anyways, man, we gotta stop, bro. We gotta stop these narratives, man. That's why I can't wait till the season start. That's why I can't wait till the season start. And the Clippers healthy, they're gonna be one of the top teams in the West, and they're going to be a tough out. Whether y'all other fans like it or not, just is what it is.
Oh, well, I definitely appreciate that, because um, I respect, and me and Rick cut from the same cloth. Like, we respect the game first. We respect basketball first. Even with the channel, like we and Rick run, this is for a place for people who are basketball fans and junkies who respect the game. It's getting to a point now where a lot of these people just coming on these platforms just saying whatever nonsense that come out their mouth. I don't mind a person that disagrees or says something that they are, against what I'm saying or whatever. I don't, as long as you come with facts, I'm cool. Like we can have our, you have your point, I have my point, you have your point, I have my point, and then we can, let bygones be bygones, agree to disagree. When he comes in doing all that trolling shit, talking about PG shit, like I don't have time for that. Like that is he did it yesterday. I let him get away with it yesterday and do all that stuff. I'm not dealing with it today. And then he can't even explain his point. I have to stop it. So I'm glad you came and said that, Cam, because you're right. There's a narrative being pushed about these two that they're just somewhat not a good duo and they're not, one of the top dogs in the league. Like they believe in all this, this narrative that's being built by the media and people just running with it. So I definitely appreciate that point, what you just said.
For real, bro. You just gotta come to a point where you just gotta keep it real, bro, and stop going with all these narratives that ESPN throwing out.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the Nuggets, like use them as an example, they still get disrespected. They just won the championship.
They
Right,
do.
right.
like that was it the top 50 list or that list they had out not too long ago that Kyrie was mad about. They had Joker under Giannis. Giannis got beat the first round. Joker won the championship, but Joker number two. That's why I don't pay attention to the media, right?
And
It's
I got
like,
Jokic as the best player in the league right now. I mean,
yeah,
I
and
got him
and
as
that
the best player.
and that's
And,
facts. See, that's facts though. That's literally facts. That's not bias. Even if you don't like the guy, that's just facts.
yeah.
But
Like,
it's a thing. It's a thing for me, man. Where when I like you said, BJ, when I look at basketball as a whole, even when you pointed out the Clips got to shoot better again.
Yeah.
Any team can shoot themselves out the game. Hell, we saw that when the Golden State Warriors played against the Lakers in the playoffs. They were both shooting around the same amount of shots volume wise. They were both getting to the line, but it's just that the Warriors were not hitting their shots. So again, any team can shoot themselves out of a game. Is that it's either the player or the coach, and really it needs to be both. Needs to take accountability and say, hey, we missed the last 4-5 shots. Hey, no more threes. Let's start attacking the basket. Let's start bringing the ball in. And again, when it comes to regardless of the guard for it, I think the team is fine. I don't think we need a Siak, none of that kind of stuff. I just think what you need to do is, hey, when I call your number, your ass need to be ready. Because that's the school I come from. And I know them guys that's playing in the NBA around my age or a little bit younger than me, but we came from the same era. So it's like, just be ready. You know what I'm saying? If you're not one of the star guys, you already know you're not getting 30, 40 minutes. So anytime the coach calls your number, you know you need to come out and perform. That's what they paying you for. That's what they trusting you for. That's why you're on the team. So at the end of the day, man, I mean, when I look at the team collectively, no, the Clips, like Cam said, they gonna be all right. The only thing you really can pray for is that they just stay healthy. But outside of that, everything else can be fixed. Because, like I said, when it comes between Bones, when it comes between Norman, like they not even during regular seasons, they not out there like that anyway. And then the only reason why they be out there is because either Kawhi, Paul George are hurt. But when they're not hurt, it's not like they really out there heavy anyway. They're only there for backup. So and then the Clips, like you said, it's like Thanksgiving food. That's the kind of backup you want. Because
Mm-hmm.
anytime I need to sit down for 5 or 8 minutes, maybe even 10, depending on what my body feeling, yo, coach, yo, Lou, go ahead and keep Bones out there. Go ahead and keep Norman out there. I think I feel my knee kind of shaking. That's good that you got that kind of backup. But then if it's like, all right, I'm cool. You ain't staying out there 30 minutes, no way. People want to see the stars play.
Right.
So at the end of the day, man, you made a good valid point on name me five, because the point was it's not to say that you're gonna trade the whole five out on the second quarter second half, or whatever the case may be. What you basically saying is we so deep that when our stars either get hurt or they get tired or they feel like they need to sit down, we got so many people that we can make it happen, and we're a well-oiled machine. But the only thing you can only ask for is, again, A, injuries, and B, that they're aware as a team. So it's like, hey, I see this happening right now against this team. It comes down to matchups. It comes down to quarters. This we need Holland in right now. He's quick. He's fast. Or you know what? We need Man in right now because we need more of a defensive set. You know what? We need Norman in right now because he's more, like he said, he's more impactful when it comes to scoring. So it comes to certain parts of the season where you have the pieces to make the right play. That's what matters. But at the end of the day, man, ain't nobody getting no 30 plus minutes when you're not a superstar, when you're not a star.
Right.
So to me, that was kind of like non-valid. Like that really don't matter.
Exactly. He's just throwing numbers out there. This guy gotta get 30 plus. This guy gotta get 30 plus. Nigga, you don't even know who the 10 man rotation is. You don't even know how the minutes is gonna be spread out, bro.
You know what
Man.
I'm saying? It's like, look, man, and it's coming from a guy that got did dirty during high school ball that should have been playing, but I never tripped because I was a team guy. You know what I mean? I'm a team player. And the way the Clips are looking, they some team players too. When their guys were
Exactly.
down, they went out there dog fight. They went out there like you supposed to. But then when your
Right.
guys are back, you just sit down until it's your time to get called on. That's how basketball always been played. Nobody goes to the NBA and college level to watch the bench. They go to watch the stars. So at the end of the day, when the stars are ready to sit down or they get hurt or something happens, thank God we got a bench.
Exactly.
Big fact.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because I'm like, for the Bucks, I'm scared for the Bucks. I'm scared. I'm real scared. Because somebody get hurt over there, I'm just gonna throw my hands up. I'm just like, God, dog. I'm like, man, and you better hope Giannis ain't hurt. Because if he get hurt, you just might as well throw the whole season down the trash. It's just that,
Yeah, I
and that's
mean,
the type of fear you feel as a person that don't have a bench. Like
mm,
that's fear. It's like that. Like I need Giannis and Lil. I need them to play. I need them to stay in when they're tired. But see, when you have a team like the Clips, it's like shit. Even if you really not, if you just want to take a break, or if you see one of the second bench guys going off, it's like, man, look, we got so many people. Let them do their thing. But it's like when you're in a headspace of I need, that's a bad space to be in. Like the Warriors needed to keep Steph in. They needed to. That's why Steph be so damn tired. It's
Right.
like he can't. 'Cause as soon as he get out, them niggas get up by 20 points. Now he got to come back in the game, get you back into the game. Now he dog tired, and then as soon as you sit him down, they up by 20 points again. It's like, yeah, that's a problem when you don't got a bench.
yeah. What you go ahead, Cam?
Oh man, I was going to allude to uh, when Kyrie said, there's a bunch of guys in the media who don't know basketball and they just go off narratives because they may not like a player. Like man, I know y'all saw that. I know y'all saw that list. I
That
know
list was
everybody saw the
trash,
list,
That
bro.
was
man.
that was horrible. That
That
was
list
horrible.
was trash.
Like
Jimmy
That was
Russell
Butler
horrible.
wasn't even
Westbrook
in the
at
top
94,
10.
bro. Come on.
I
They had
say,
Kyrie at 30. What do you have Kyrie at 32, 34
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something
it was
like
like 32 or 34. Like, come on, bro.
and
There's
that? That
then
was
There's
they
30
had
some players
Westbrook in the
better than
'90s,
Kyrie Irving.
bro.
yeah, that was horrible. They had John Moran at 35. I'm like,
35. I was
that
like, look, man, look. This is why you need YouTube podcasts right here, because because if you just watch the media, you are being misled so bad. Like I'm like, bro, ain't no way in the world you got Westbrook at 90 whatever, and then the next 8 or 7 guys in front of him don't even go to the playoffs. It's like that's how you know you shouldn't take it serious. And then again, even looking at the first two people, why is the defending finals champion underneath the person who got beat in the first? It's like, come on, like
Clint
it
Capella
just
over Russell Westbrook.
it's like that. Thank God we got YouTube. We got people who know ball. Because if you sit there and watch that media, all you're gonna hear is how LeBron is the greatest of all time. And again, I'm not even shooting shots at LeBron. He is one of the greatest players of all time. But it's like if you listen to the media, you would think it's LeBron, it's wars, and there's no God. That's all you're gonna hear on TV. That's it. Everything else, man, is you might as well forget about it. So, hey, man, if you love basketball like me and BJ and like yourself, Cam, you know the game, bro. It's not hard to see. Like I said, these eyes, yeah, they getting older, but they still can see. And when I looked at that game tonight, I was like, bro, all we needed was Norman and what's his name, Plumlee and what's the guy name, Man, to just do a little bit more, not even extremely well, just a tad bit more, and this will be a whole different conversation. And again, they play basketball like literally, the Clippers were staying with the Denver Nuggets the whole time, so it wasn't like they were getting blown out at any point. It wasn't like they were messing up any systems or like finding a weak spot. They made the Denver Nuggets play basketball. Like they made them play. But because you're playing a superstar like Joker, like in a way, he's supposed to win. Like if he would have got beat, that actually probably would have looked bad in my opinion. It's like, damn, he didn't even have Kawhi and PG in them out there. That would have looked horrible. So to me, that's why I said it's really a win to me when it comes to the game, because shit, to me, you should get blown out by 20, 25 points when your main stars are out there for half the quarter. But that just goes to show you how ready and how good and how that system is running with that bench over there with the Clips. That's what I was paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, Cam, like I'm gonna say how you said it. They gonna be all right.
They're gonna be just fine, bro. They got
They gonna be
Kawhi.
all right, man. And that's coming from a person who don't even rep the Clippers like that. I want Giannis to win. You know what I'm saying? I want him to beat everybody. But I know basketball when I see basketball. So I'm not a fool, man. Like Clips looking good.
They just like I
Hey,
said, man, and me personally, I like I said, I watch the whole league. Like I watch everyone, and yeah, we do Cooper talk here, but I'm always open to hear everybody else's team. Like I asked Rick about the Bucks, and then Cam with Kyrie with the Mavs. Like I'm always looking to hear other people's perspective. That's why I like the channel so much, because you got different fans of different teams. So how you look at your Mavs looking this year, Cam? Well, Kyrie looking with the Mavs.
whoa, oh my God,
Oh my god.
bro, it's hard watching these dudes play because it's like new guys got to get incorporated into the system, and so far it hasn't been good. It hasn't looked good. I know it's just preseason, but but there are bright spots though. Got the rookie Derek Lively. I like him. Dante Exum. He's been giving good quality minutes. It Yeah, we just got to see how it play out. Dealing with a couple injuries. Luca, he'll probably start out the season injured. I got a little cat. I think it's a calf injury that he got, or a
Yeah.
thigh injury, thigh contusion, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Uh,
Yeah. I think so yeah.
as far as Kyrie this season, I'm looking forward to Kyrie having a. I expect Kyrie to have a pretty good season, all star caliber season, and we'll see what happens, man. Not as far as right now. I'm not that confident as far as definitely us coming out the West. Yeah, just got to see how it play out, man.
Do
Yo,
you think
Cam.
Kyrie? Go ahead, Rick.
Now I was gonna ask Cam. Do you think that the Dallas Mavericks will benefit more if Luca and Kyrie played a similar system to like Joker and Murray, far as that high pick and roll? Because, and the reason why I say that is because not only is Luca, he's a solid dude, 6'8", 6'9", so he set a screen, he can block you off. We know that Kyrie is slithery as a snake. He can shoot anywhere, he can take it to the basket. So when you do those high pick and roll plays, now you got your big men and your forwards down low. They have a bunch of room down there in the paint to move around, slash cut, backdoor, all that good stuff. But now it's like you're making the defense have to choose, like, okay, if I don't stay with Kyrie and Luca, they can hit these shots up here or take it to the basket. But then if I don't pay attention to guys down low, they getting easy buckets. So do you think Kyrie and Luca will benefit from that type of playing style?
Hmm, that's a good question. Yeah, and that would have to be up to Luca because I feel like Luca at times we rely on him so much, as far as scoring, that it kind of like the offense gets stagnated. Like it's no ball movement, no player movement, and I just feel like that's just really up to Luca or J Kidd as well as coaching as well.
See, and I agree with you. But see, here's one thing I miss about how basketball used to be played, because nowadays, man, it's all about threes. I feel like I see more threes than I've ever had in my 30s than I did when I was 15, early 20. Like, I just feel like the league is so three in love with the three ball. And the reason why I say is because if you look, I mean, take the three if you open, that's to anybody. But to me, Luca can get in the paint and in that area so easy, and I just feel like if that man does a high pick and roll type of game, not only are you giving your other players around you, the vibe and the invitation of, I'm looking for you, so get open. But also it makes it easier for Luca because we know Luca can score anywhere. He shows it all the time. So now
Right.
you damn near turn into a miniature Joker, because one thing about Joker is, yeah, he's slow as an ox, but bro, you can't leave him open on the three. You can't leave him open around the free throw line, and you can't leave him open down low. And guess who also matches that? Luca, because Luca can score down low. Luca can score in between the three and down low, and he can score on a three. And that's why I said if he had that type of mindset where it's like, I'm gonna get my team involved, but I'm gonna have it to where they roll off of me, like that high screen, and you make play actions, and then you got your guys down low doing play actions, backdoor cut. Now that forces the defense to make decisions. Am I going to stay up here with Kyrie and Luca, even though you really can't stay with him, honestly, because Kyrie going to get past you. And then Luca, like I said, is strong as an ox, so he going to get to where he wants to get to. Are you going to stay with them and emphasize on them, or are you just going to let the guys down low get eat up and get buckets all day? I just feel like the Dallas Mavericks can really benefit from that type of system.
Yeah, I think Luca should kind of go like y'all remember when Harden was in Brooklyn
Hmm.
and KD went out.
Yep. I know
And
exactly
I,
what you're
and I
talking
know
about.
and I know Harden. He of course he wasn't the same player as he was in Houston, but he was facilitating, like kind of taking that facilitating role and just letting Kyrie cook. Because I'm kind of seeing like Kyrie kind of like I know it's Luca team, but he's kind of like deferring to Luca, like relying on Luca more. Kind of
Yeah.
saying like, and he don't want to get in the way of Luca doing his thing.
I see what you're
I would
saying.
want to, do have it like the opposite because of course Luca one of the best passers in the NBA, Kyrie one of the best scorers. I
And
feel like,
see, that's why I kin them to Murray and Joker, just a smaller version. Like,
mm,
Luca can hit shots whenever he feels like it. So it's like you let Kyrie do his thing, like Joker let Murray do his thing. then it's like, if basically, if you need a bailout, hey, I'm sitting right here all day just open.
Right.
So that's what I mean by it forces the defense to make a decision. Am I gonna stay on Kyrie or I'm gonna stay on Luca? Am I gonna stay on both of them or I'm gonna let these guys down low get easy buckets? You basically got the defense tiring themselves out through the whole game because they got to sit here and make conscious split second decisions all day when they playing defense. And me and BJ, and everybody who play ball know, if you got too many like what is it called, areas of threats, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, you got 3 pointers over here, you got the big man down here, you got the basically the stars right here. Which one we gonna pick? Because we can't be everywhere at one time. And then if you try to spread your people out, now the middle is open. But that's a problem, because now when you do a hot pick and roll, you got Kyrie coming down, and then Kyrie can dish it off to a man down low if you pick him up. But then most likely Kyrie gonna do a pull up. But then if you get on Kyrie and run up to him, now he throwing it back out to Luca. See, and that's what I'm saying. It's too many options if they play it that way.
Right. 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 Right.
Just play, because I look at it like, look, you don't have a deep bench, and that way it don't tire your superstars out. It don't tire those guys out too much. They can sustain through a game.
Facts. Also, I was gonna say, I feel like Grant Williams, he's gonna be big for us too as well. His
Oh yeah,
leadership, his defensive abilities, and also him being able to stretch the floor and hit open shots. And his leadership. I love his leadership.
man. Look, I'm
Mhm.
gonna tell you though. I'm gonna tell you
We'll
though
see what
that
happens, man.
that San Antonio team, though. Look, man, I've been watching them. Now, one thing, the most glaring thing I see about them, though, and I see what Pop is doing, because he don't want to get Wemby to get hurt, which makes sense. But he got Wemby around that three, like close to that. He has Wemby come in to the paint when they shoot the ball, like I guess for like rebounding. But typically, you want your big man closer to the basket. But I know he don't want Wemby to get hurt, so he kind of has him lagging on that three, and then when they shoot, he'll run in. But it's like, I think you know Wemby on the court, they looking nice this year. But when it comes to the season, I'm already thinking of players like Draymond. I'm thinking of players like Kawhi, like people who got a little size on them and muscle, and they gonna try to wear Wemby down like to the ground, right? and, and when I see Wemby playing these preseason games, I'm like, bro, he needs to put some muscle on quick. Because I seen guys smaller than Draymond and them running into his legs, running into his stomach, and I'm like, ooh, like that's already looking scary, because I'm already thinking about the playoffs, and I'm like, man, you already know Draymond, he mean, man. You gonna be throwing elbows, knees,
Yeah, Wemby got to he definitely got to get in that weight room.
like he gonna be. But I mean, and he gotta stay. And I ain't saying he gotta stay on the block, because the game's changed. I'm like I said, I'm cool with adapting. I'm cool with all that, but I don't like a 7'4" dude on the 3-point line all day. I can't stand it. It just messes with me. It's like, bro, you don't get your tall, linky ass somewhere around the goal, like just around it. You know what I mean? Like, man, because I mean, I get he's fast and long enough to go in for blocks, but that's not going to be efficient when it come to playoff time. Like, that's not going to be efficient at all.
Facts. Shit. Uh, I'm gonna ask Cam this question too about the Mavs. So, do you feel that Luca and Kyrie can play together? And if you do, how do you feel they should play? How do you think they should run their offense?
I do feel like they can figure it out. It's just they gotta be on the court with each other, man. The more games, of course, the more chemistry you build. They haven't really played that much games if you think about it. I think they
Mm,
played like what 16 games last year, somewhere in there. Not really a lot of games, enough to build chemistry. And as far as their play style, I'm
Yeah,
gonna stick to, I'm gonna stick to, I'm gonna stick to kind of how Rick, like how he put it. You know, them playing like the Nuggets a little bit with Jamal Murray and Jokic, and kind of have Luca just be a decoy, let Kyrie cook. Of course Luca gonna get his. That's what he do. But yeah, man, I'm gonna stick to that.
I mean, and the reason why I bring that up, and because it works,
Good
it
point.
works both ways. Because basketball, obviously, you got to play defense too. Because it's not like you really have a bunch of trees on the Dallas Mavericks, right?
Right.
And so, to me, if you play it like Joker and Murray. Here's the thing. Now that you got a high pick and roll going, anytime there's a long shot or there's a rebound, see Kyrie and Luca are already on the other side of the court. All they got to do is run back. So they already secure the spots, right? So they don't really have to worry about trying to get rebounds. They could just run back and slow down the offense, right? Because they're already at the top of the key. So that's another thing I think about because you got to think about both sides of the court too. Because now when you're running that high pick and roll, if they miss the shot, whether they make it or miss it, but let's say they miss it, the other team gets the rebound. Luca and Kyrie are already back. They already back slowing everything down because the other guys gonna be running back, to play defense, but they're already on the other side of the court. Again, I'm thinking about all aspects of the game. Those are your two main guys. Now they're not as tired. They're almost playing around that half court line all game. So it's like they're not using up all their energy. So that way they can be offensively strong because they're already around the key. But then on top of that, when they get back on defense, they're not trying to run from the baseline all the way back. So that's how you also maintain your superstars as well.
Right. The biggest thing, offense, I'm not too much worried about it because I know they'll probably figure it out most likely. So with the defensive rebounding and offensive rebounding is the problem really.
Yeah, but how they always say you got to work around your weaknesses, right? Like you got to kind of walk around those edges because they don't have. I mean, you got Lively. Who's y'all's other big man? You got Lively, and who's the other big guy?
The White Pal.
Dwight Powell. So
Uh,
what I'm saying is those guys are going to be fighting for the rebounds for you. They already down low. So if they don't get the rebound, now you got Kyrie and Luca already on the other side of the court, and then they hold it down until the rest of the guys get back. And I think they have enough grit between the two to at least slow down the offense, like to where everybody else can get back to help. But now if you got them trying to run in for rebounds, now you not only are you tiring them out, but we already know Luca's slow as hell. He ain't finna sprint like that. And then Kyrie, he gives his all, but you only can do so much at 6'2". So so to me, I'm trying to how they say put a shield around you. It's like it doesn't. You're not a glaring weakness. It reminds me of when Isaiah Thomas, when he was with the Celtics, how they used the bigger players for him to hide behind. That's why he looked so nice. But then when he went to Cleveland, he was just out in the open, and then it made him look like he was trash when he's not trash. It's just that they were walking around their weaknesses in a sense. It's like, look, the dude only 5'8", 5'9". Let's give him a lot of screens. Let's do stagger screens. Let's get him open for a shot. But then when he went to Cleveland, it was like when nobody doing that. So it was just like all defense, and we already know you 5'9", he's 6'8". That's pretty much a wipe your hand, dust off your feet type of thing. So that's what I mean by I think they would really benefit Luka and Kyrie from the high pick and roll stance. Makes the defense have all these options. They got to make quick split decisions, and then when it transitions into defense, they already back.
right, right. I feel like
What's
I feel
another
like
team?
I like about the Suns.
Oh, son. Well, I mean, to me, it's simple. They're gonna be offensively juggernauts. I mean, hell, shit. I mean, offensively, they're gonna be some juggernauts. But when it come, I always think about the playoffs, man. When it come to them starting to get winded or tired, I mean, who comes in behind KD? Who comes in behind Book? Who comes in, so like who comes in behind them? That's the issue with them. Not so much worried about their offense. I mean, offensively, that's a A plus. That's a Z plus, right? Like we know they shooters over there. But when it comes down to long, drawn out games, that's where they're gonna have an issue, a big ass issue.
Mm.
Especially if you're playing against cats that's gonna body your ass up. That's gonna be, yeah, that's their problem.
Yeah, with this, with Phoenix, man, it's more of their interior defense that I'm worried about. Like Rick said, offense they're going to be a juggernaut, and yeah, I'm really just worried about their interior defense, man. I feel like they don't have no rim protection
Hmm.
at the big spot.
And you better hope KD don't roll his ankle during warm ups. Telling you, it's man,
That'd be
like for
crazy.
real, like all jokes aside, man, like yo, if any of them guys fall, they might as well throw the season away. I
For
mean,
real.
literally, they invested in being an offensive juggernaut, man, which is cool because here's what you telling me as a oppositional team, right? You telling me that basically you want to shoot me out the first half, basically. You want to basically get me down by 40, 50 points. Realistically, can it happen? Sure. Will it happen? Not likely because this is the NBA. They actually know how to play defense on this level. So, what they're betting on is that, they go out there and score 30, 40 points after the first half. But then when they start getting winded or tired, it's like, well, we got a 40-point lead. So by the time they start eating back, we should be up by 10, 5 points. But
Mm.
here's the thing. Your shooting percentage is not gonna be 50 plus. You know what I'm saying? You only got a select few of people in the league who can hit around that percentage, not a whole team. So that's why I said, realistically looking at it, I know what they planning, but realistically, it ain't finna happen. It's just not gonna happen consistent.
Right. And also, they need a backup point guard. That's what that
Big-
means.
And that's why I said, let somebody sit down too long, get hurt, or get tired. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. You just go ahead, throw it away. Because ain't nobody scoring no 40, 50 points every game. Like, your team ain't getting up no 40, 50. It can happen, but not every game. Is players get tired, man, especially on them back to backs. When you had them back to back road games and stuff like that. Let's say you beat a team by 40 one night and then you barely won by 3 the other night. It's because you're tired.
You know who I think they should go get?
Who?
Y'all may not agree with this. I think they should go get John Wall, man.
That's why I would love for him to get John Wall.
But then here's my question to that: Who we gonna trade for?
John Wall,
Wait,
free agent.
yeah, free agent.
Oh, he a free agent. All right. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I don't see John Wall really making a fuss about money like that. He never came off that way to me. So I can see that. But even still, you go get John Wall. Okay. Again, that helps you offensively, but I'm still looking at the defensive side.
Mm.
Yeah, they gonna have to just the Suns just gonna have to that's gonna have to just come through within. Like they have a defensive coach, but they don't have defensive personnel players. So
Exactly.
that's just gonna have
And
to they're gonna have to
and
just
re-
reach down and do
and
something they
realistically, BJ, ain't nobody scoring no 40 points, 30 points every night. You're not blowing an NBA team out like that every night. It's not gonna
yeah
happen. Now it's
yeah
gonna happen sometimes, but it's not gonna happen consistently.
That's fact.
of
So that's
course.
the only
What y'all
issue,
think?
man.
What you think about your Bucks, Rick? I know you kind of alluded to it.
Man, look, I'm being transparent, man. I'm not feeling too good. I'm not feeling too good, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because They don't have a bench. They just don't. Uh, Now defensively, far as defensive as a team, they're decent. They used to be better, but they're decent. But the problem is that the minute Giannis or Lillard sits down, or if Giannis or Lillard are not having such a good night, it's already a problem. It's already a problem because when one of those guys sit down or both of them are sitting down, like Cam, I want you to tell me what they gonna do. One of them two sit down.
Well, you said Dame and Giannis.
Yeah, like what happens when they sit down, even just for a break,
They're gonna bring in chicken head campaign.
and then and pay and look, no, slight at Payne, but what the hell he gonna do against a solid team?
I
That's
like
my
Bochamp. I like Bochamp.
Bochamp. You know what I'm saying? I like his name, but it is like again, realistically, bro, I'm not too excited. I'm not too excited, man. And I hate to sound that way, as much as I love the Greek Freak, man, and like I said, I want him to win. Realistically, bro, I'm not excited this year.
What is up with Chris? What's Chris Middleton? Is he? Is he injured or?
Chris Middleton, man, I think he's just getting up in age. I think that father time is starting to kick in. You know what
Mm.
I mean? I mean, some nights you could, and the reason why I say this because some nights you could tell when he feeling good. You know what I'm saying? He cooking, but then all of a sudden it's like he'll kind of just fall off, and I know that has to do with your age. I know because I'm in that round. Like some days when I'm feeling good, I feel like I'm back in high school and back on playing basketball base in the army. And then when my knees and muscles start hurting, shit, I ain't no help to you. So,
Yeah.
so it's like, yo, I already see what's going on with him. It's that father time catching up. It's coming up on him.
Yeah. I wasn't too high on the Bucks even when they got Dame. I wasn't really too high. I just feel like I don't know. Obviously, Dame and Giannis, they're gonna be them. Well, I don't. To be honest, I don't know, man. 'Cause I don't know how Dame is
Bro,
gonna.
they look, man. This is coming
Dame,
from a person. Go ahead.
cause I kind of. It's crazy to say because he averaged like 30 some last season. But do you feel like Dame is on kind of on a decline?
No, Dame's not on a decline. Dame is just in a new environment. That's what I was saying in the beginning of the show. Like, when BJ started letting us in, everything looks good on paper, but you still got to take into account that these guys never played a full season together, so they don't even have chemistry yet.
Right, right,
So
right.
it's like I'm not even expecting nothing great this year. I'm really not because realistically, basketball wise, they got to find their rhythm together. But when you look at the playing style of Damian Lillard, he's so used to having a ball in his hand 24/7. Giannis is used to having a ball in his hand 24/7. So that's already an issue right there because it's like, okay, who's going to bring the ball up? It really shouldn't matter, but they're so used to having the ball in their hand, they probably feel awkward without it.
Hmm.
So it's one of those things where who going to have the ball? Lillard is undersized. You know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking basketball point of view now, not his skill, just he's undersized. Because see, Giannis, he can make mistakes. He can go down there and clunk a shot. Because he's a gazelle. He's 6'11". He can run back down and then stop you on defense and help out on defense. Which call it clunk a shot. Lillard clunk a shot. His ass probably getting beat back. With a dude that's 6'5", 6'6". So I'm looking at it just from matchup point of view. I'm looking at it from, transitional point of view. I'm scared a little bit. Just a tad. And in the way Jimmy Butler put that ass whooping on us, yo man, I'm not excited. And I
You,
hate to admit that. I'm not
you
excited, man.
you know what else I think that's gonna hurt y'all
What's that?
is the fact that y'all got a new coach at this point in time. Like I think
Exactly.
it, I think they kind of should have. gave Buddha, what his name, Budenholzer,
Booty House, yeah,
one more year if they was gonna decide go get Dame. Wait to see how this year played out, and then if y'all don't make the finals or conference finals or y'all lose or whatever, then fire him instead of just going to
bro.
get a new coach and going to get Dame.
I'm
'Cause
not putting
now,
too much stock in the Bucks this year, man. I'm be honest with you. I'm not even like if they getting their ass whooped, it wouldn't even surprise me. I would actually be more surprised if they whoop ass. To be honest, if they actually kill, I would be in shock. I would kind of have my jaw dropped a little bit. But realistically, bro, I'm not shocked, bro. Like I said, the preseason's a preview to me. And what I saw the other night, bro, that's gonna happen a lot during the season. That's gonna happen a lot because, like I said, if you live by the three, you die by the three. So yeah, when Lillard's cooking, cool. But the problem with that is, even if he cooking, who the hell he stopping? Like that's for real. Like who is he stopping? Because your guy don't. Whoever Dame's holding, he don't have to score 30, 40 points. He just score 15 and get 10 rebounds over at 6'2", 6'3" frame of his,
right?
and be way more impactful. So it's like when I look at it from a basketball point of view, I'm not excited, man. It just looks scary. And what's crazy is this is why when I first heard about the trade, I was a little upset because I'm like, bro, why would like I understand that old buddy ain't a shooter like Lillard, but he's 6'4", and he's good on the perimeter. Like we need that. That's what I was really like upset about because I'm like basketball is a two-way game. Giannis and Giannis just personally, this is more personal. I just feel like, yo, man, just get a fucking bag, bro. You don't need nobody. Hell, you want a championship. All you need to do is get a little jump shot. Just get you a little jump shot, put it in your package. But BJ already called it out, and I hated to admit it and agree with him, but I don't think he wants to be the guy. I really don't, because he looks like a little kid in a candy store when Lily came over. Them niggas making rap songs together, all kind of dumbass shit. I'm just like, and to me, I'm like, Giannis calling out Jimmy, and I'm like, we don't want them kind of problems right now, Giannis. We don't want that. That's the last thing we want right now. We not even set up yet. But hey, we gonna see. But I just see I see a lot of ass whooping coming. That's what I see.
I seen with Giannis, this is probably the most vocal I've seen him outside of the media or outside of the basketball lines. Like he's been very very confident, especially in Dame supporting. I guess it's kind of cool he's supporting Dame so much, but yeah, I ain't seen Chris Middleton play that one game.
But you
Yeah,
saying Giannis poking his chest out?
he
He is,
feeling
man.
himself.
Giannis
He
is,
definitely
yeah.
feeling himself.
Yeah, he definitely poking his chest out. I mean, I think because he's one of the top 5 players in the league, that it's cool. But I like I told Rick, I feel like they gonna figure it out. I feel like they both need each other. I think Giannis needs Dame because Dame could take off the pressure of him, taking that last shot, and you know if he got to go to the free throw line, Dame's 90%. He can fill it up better than anybody outside Steph Curry. And I think Dame needs Giannis because now you have a player that's going to open everything up for you on the court. So I think they both need each other. We'll see, man. We'll see. We'll
We'll
see.
see. We'll
Look,
see.
man,
Go ahead, Cam.
if the Boston Celtics don't come out the East this year, we're gonna start to have some serious questions. Y'all got all that talent over there. There's no reason that y'all should not come out the East this year.
Well, I already got the
Absolutely no reason.
I already got the answers for you. Your boy Jason Tatum is streaky as hell. Like I said, he's weird to me. It's like I respect him because you can't disrespect him in a sense of I'm just gonna let him shoot and just let him play because that's just dumb. So you gotta respect him. But then he have nights where he'll scorch you, and then the next night, he you know what he reminds me of? A smaller version of AD. AD will come out and scorch and kill and just do what he's supposed to do. Then the next night, give your ass 10 points and 5 rebounds. Like it's that type of play where I'm just I can't trust you basically. And then what's his name? Brown plays really good during the season, but like damn near consistent. But then playoffs, he forgets how to dribble the ball. And then Porzingis, yeah, he looking nice right now. But when the season kick off and you get around that All-Star break and a little bit afterwards, now all of a sudden he start to get injured. Because maybe because usually when you're taller, you're just more injury prone. So it's like I already know what the issue is, man. It's like you got a streaky superstar. Your other superstar, he do good during the season, but I don't know if the playoffs just make his hands slippery. And then Porzingis, like I said, you can't, from what we've seen just from history with him alone, he does good towards the beginning, but then over time, as the season keeps going, I guess his body starts to ache, and then now he's starting to sit out. So yeah, I already know the answer.
No
Yeah,
reason.
I don't believe in Boston, man. I'm sorry. Haven't believed in them over in 2 seasons. I think they ain't gonna get it done again. Because really, Philly should have knocked them out last year. I
Yeah,
think Philly is going to be a sleeper this year. I know all the stuff with James Harden, but I like how Nick Nurse has them playing defense. See, that's a coach right there that can change your whole philosophy around if you have the players to do so. I like Philly this season, bro. I like
I
I just
like
think
Brooklyn too.
I like Brooklyn. Yeah, I like Brooklyn. I like them too. They just
oh
need a
yeah,
star.
Brooklyn.
They need a star. They need a star.
Yeah, I was about to say they just kind of missing like that one guy. Yeah, I like their little setup though, but they missing that main guy. So I agree with you, BJ. And then when it comes to the 76ers, honestly, I need Embiid to be. He needs to act like somebody slapped his mama when he play ball. That's all he needs because he had to me. And shout out to Bubba because I know he loved the 76ers. Embiid, I just think he needs to get mean. He needs to get mean, bro. He needs to be like Shaq back in the day. Just get mean as hell. Like try to dunk on 8 people. Dunk on your teammates. Like let them know you ain't playing. Because he has everything else. Like he's one of the biggest centers I've ever seen outside of Hakeem the Dream. That got decent, like got nice footwork. Not as smooth as Hakeem, but got nice footwork. Very light on his feet. Very has dexterity. Can shoot the mid range. Can shoot the three. Very powerful down low. But he needs to be meaner. Like he needs to be aggressive because he's big as fuck. Like Embiid is huge, and when Embiid actually and I've seen you know spurts of it, whether he's mad or he's frustrated, but when he really pounds the ball down low, ain't nobody stopping Embiid. Ain't nobody stopping because he has the size on him. He's a big dude. Like not only is he tall, but he's solid. So it's like, man, I just need Embiid to get mean. If Embiid can get mean, bro, they'll be all right too.
Big fact. Harden, man, I don't know what's up with that dude. I just don't like hit
Oh, you
all his
said Harden?
picks that he pulling. Just
You
uncalled
said,
for.
yeah, Harden. It's about money. He just chasing money now, man. It's all about the money with him, and it's so obvious too. It's just he don't get the money he want. He start acting up. He just going for the money, and that's one thing I do hate about the NBA today. These players get paid so much money, man. They just I don't know. I guess it gets to their head. He makes so much money, and everything he argues about is money. Supposed to be getting paid this much, supermax, all that kind of stuff. He ain't talking about no basketball. He talking about bags. So we know where his mind at. And
And
the
fumbled
crazy
the
thing
bag.
is, and you know what's crazy? You don't need him to win. You really don't. You kind of don't really need him to win. That's why I said if Embiid really wants to get serious, he's got to get mean. You know, he just gotta get real, like terrible to me. You know, that's the only thing I miss about old school basketball. Them suckers down low used to get real aggressive.
Not for real. That's why I like 2000s basketball, man. That was some of the best basketball of
Man, it
all
was
time.
it was boring to watch, but it them suckers was mean back then. 2000s, they was mean as hell. Everybody was mean. You
Kobe
know what I'm
Dean,
saying?
man, that's my dog,
Yeah.
bro.
And I
The
think that's what made
disrespect.
Kobe stand out. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know, he played fearless against mean ass teams. He was meaner. That's
Facts.
what it boiled down to. He
That's
was
what it
just
was.
meaner.
That's what it was when he was.
Because when you really think about his competition at Western Conference, bro, them suckers was mean, man. They was doing everything they put out. Now Kobe will shoot you out the game a lot of times, but the thing about it is that you wasn't finna get in his head at all. And I just feel like if Embiid, players like Giannis, if they could just get a pinch of that, not even the whole thing, just a pinch of Kobe in them, just get mean and just take over, man. Like I said, LeBron done made the NBA for the last damn near decade. Come play with me type of league. Come be my friend.
And you type.
Come be my friend. It's okay, guys. Just go. You like that person that's your friend during the off season? Go join a team with them. Look, I don't even hate against it. Do what you got to do. That's why I said when Katie went to the Warriors, the only thing I ever said was he better win, and he did. That's why I don't talk about him. I was like, because if you gonna make that move, your ass better go win, because it don't make no sense not to win. But when you joining teams, and not just LeBron, but other players do it too. When you joining teams, man, and you still losing, just a person that just loves it make my stomach hurt. It don't make no sense, man. If and BJ will tell you, back in the day, we go to the rec, we play ball, we would want to play against each other, and we best friends because it's more fun having competition. It's not fun winning knowing that you're supposed to win. It's like there's no fun in that. You know what I mean? I'd rather play against a person that's gonna make me get better. Like iron sharpens iron. People forget before Jordan started winning all them rings, he's getting his ass whooped. But when he was getting his ass whooped, he was getting better year by year. So competition brings out the best of a person. But when I'm gonna jump on this team and we gonna look, man. Not only does it dilute the game, but it just takes competitive spirit out of it. And if you're gonna do that, that's fine. Like I said, I don't judge nobody, but your ass better win. And that's why I have the same pressure on Giannis and Lillard right now. Like you said, Lillard was killing in Portland. Giannis was killing it with the Bucks. They didn't have each other then, but they was some killers, right? So now that common sense would tell you 1+1 = 2. All right, so both y'all some killers. I don't want to hear no excuse. That's how I am, man.
Big facts.
Hope said, hey, Hope is in the chat box. Hope said, what's up? How y'all doing? We had
Doing good, Hope.
And that's why you gotta respect Jimmy.
No, that's why he has respect.
Not emo Jimmy, but
He said, "Not emo Jimmy." Hey, but look, Giannis better respect emo Jimmy. He better respect him. See up here making rap songs. Look, man, when I heard that rap song, man, I said, yo, Giannis better win all 82 games talking like that. Hey, wait.
He said that man's coffee. He made fun of that man's coffee. I was like, damn. Giannis.
Like, Giannis, you talking like that, like you just beat Jimmy. Jimmy got through cooking your ass.
Yeah, he did.
And I'm old school, man. Somebody beat me like that, I ain't gonna be talking. I'm be training.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
But hey, man, it's a different day, I guess. Like I said, when LeBron came in, I'm gonna go to Miami. Everybody else follow suit.
Yep. Super team era.
You know, and before anybody, already I can already hear people now. Well, there were super teams before. Okay, let's break this down. Let's kill this argument. First of all, them niggas was dumb way past their prime. I'm not even gonna say old, past their prime. Charles Barkley knee was raggedy. He was fat, and he wasn't the Charles Barkley that you saw in the Phoenix Suns. He was already almost out the league. Hakeem Olajuwon was already declining. I'm not saying they couldn't play ball, but they weren't in their primes. These niggas are meeting up in their primes. When you meet up in your prime, you better win. Giannis and Lillard are in their primes. I need to see some winning. Now, if this was a 36-year-old, 37-year-old Lillard, you know what I'm saying, 35-year-old, 36-year-old Giannis, I ain't gonna be talking like this. I'm not even gonna expect nothing. But when you in your prime, come on now. Hey man. I was pretty cold too when I was 22. I was real cold. I was 100 pounds lighter too.
Yeah. Yep. Over the rim.
That's
That's
all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, oh, you did it 1st. I hear you. I hear you. But y'all talking as if these niggas in their prime, like them the old school niggas in their prime. No. When they was in their prime, they was competing against each other. They
exactly.
didn't. They,
And
it wasn't no
that's a
Michael
better
Jordan,
NBA.
Magic Johnson, and Larry Bird in their prime playing together. No.
That's a better NBA for me.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes it fun. And then you have respect for other teams too, man. You know, you didn't have to be a Phoenix Suns fan to be like, yo, y'all, we playing Charles. Like you'll be saying as a like playing against the Phoenix Suns, yo, we playing Charles tonight, man. Shit, like that's how it used to be. Oh man, we playing against Kobe. Man, we playing against you know. I'm like even teams that you were rooting against, you were a little nervous because you knew they had a player over there you have to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, you just look at a team and you're like, oh, okay, so all the superstars there, they should win.
Hell yeah.
He better get the job done.
Yeah, man. Bucks, they don't win, man. I'm gonna be quiet for a while. I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be just quiet. Like, what, Rick? What you think about the Bucks? What Bucks? You mean the Deers? Shit. A buck is a male. They got horns. These niggas ain't got no horns. Like,
Not at all.
but nah, man. The teams I'm really, I guess, rooting for this year. Well, I'm rooting for Giannis, so by default, Bucks. I'm always rooting for him. Clips, I kind of want them to do good because like they've been shitting on Kawhi way too long, him and PG way too long. Um, I'm kind of excited for the Houston Rockets, believe it or not. Them boys looking pretty good. A lot of young men on that team, but they playing pretty well. Um, Zion, I don't know, man. They say he got in shape, but he got slower to me. I don't know about them Pelicans, man. Zion, like I don't know if he's still losing weight,
I
but
don't know. I don't know what Zion doing, man.
I saw him run up and down the court. And I'm like, damn, he running like a football player.
I think Zion, man. I think it's just he might just need to go on that. He might just need a diet plan, man.
Yeah,
I don't think
died
he
away
has
from
no
the women.
diet plan.
Nah,
Said,
Zion they need to hide all the snacks out of his pantry. That's what he
It be
needs.
looking like that nigga lost weight, but then again, it look like he gained weight. Like it's weird.
Exactly. Like you hear all the stories that he lost weight, all the reports. Then you see him, I'm like, damn, he don't look like he lost much weight. He like kind of the same when he came out. You don't look like the you don't
That
look like
nigga,
he lost that much weight, man.
that nigga look like he got fatter, in my opinion, just by the way he moving.
Yeah, somebody lying.
Cause I'm like, look, I hear what you saying, but I see what I see, and I'm
Yeah.
like, Zion moving slower. He can't cut back on defense as fast. Normally he could chase down, jump up for an alley oop and all that. He don't even leave the ground. I'm like that's signs of being fat. And how do I know? Because I'm fat. Like I'm shit. I look at the ball go over my head sometimes. I'm like, I can't get that damn ball.
uh,
So I'm just
Zion.
like Zion, man, he out of shape, bro. He out of shape. He leave the women alone.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he probably trained, but he probably so big that some of that fatty guy is probably just gonna be. He got might get that surgically removed. I don't know.
That nigga
Uh,
need to go to Miami. He don't need to be in New Orleans. That's what it is.
And nigga eating that food, he smashing the women.
yeah. Oh, I know he eating good in New Orleans.
You ain't losing no weight in New Orleans.
So the
All
hell
that
not.
good food, all that gumbo, all that seafood,
Coochie and gumbo. That's all he eat.
wings, pizza. He probably be all through Bourbon Street.
That's it, man. And mind you, I don't say that in a negative way because I eat some coochie and gumbo too. But
Yeah.
in his position, he needs to eat less of it.
Yeah.
He needs to be focused on the game. So that's yeah. So from what I saw, that man, and I think this what made me know he fat. It was a play where he literally like the dude drove past him and then he just kind of looked back and was like he did a fat man moment. Like he looked back like shit, I can't do that. I said, Zion, you too damn big, bro.
Yeah, man. It's
And
yeah,
then
Zion.
John
He might need that shit surgically removed.
he needs something. He needs something. And then John Morant, I saw a post he made the other day saying I guess is he dealing with something personally. I'm like, look, get that man some therapy on the cool because we need him in the game. I'm
Big time.
like, if he really needs some mental help, like some therapy, they really need to help that man out. He's a young brother. You know what I'm saying? I don't really get on young men too much because hell, you don't know everything yet. You know, and shit, he's a piece of the NBA we missing right now. He brings excitement. He brings intensity. He's fun to watch. But if he really dealing with something internally, they need to really jump on that because
Mm-hmm.
I hate to see young men like that. You know, not get taken care of, man. Especially when they crying out, like they not even hiding it. They crying out like, yo, like there's something on my mind. Like, damn, does anybody else read this but me? Shit, man. I don't know, but BJ kind of spoke on it before, like that pro ball life can get crazy if you're not careful. But
Mm-hmm.
uh, I mean, again, I speak from a standpoint of being a dad and being in my 30s, so that's why I don't ever speak on people at a level where I've never been a millionaire, multimillionaire at 20 years old, so I can't speak on that. So I know that's a different lifestyle, that's a different point of view. So when a brother telling you like they don't know what I'm going through mentally, that's a cry for help. They need to be surrounding him, and
Yeah.
people don't take stuff like that serious. But I do. That's why. So I read that. I said, yo, I think I even posted. I said, send the prayers. Like I was so serious because that dude is phenomenal. And then
Mm.
who else that be standing out to me? Hmm. What's
Yeah,
the
I
brother
love
name in Detroit?
Kate.
Yeah, K. I like him. I like K. You know, I want him to be a little bit more aggressive too, though. I want him to be a tad bit more aggressive. Like he's good, but I need him to be mean too. Um, I'm just thinking about the teams around the league. LaMelo, he fun to watch. I love watch. I love he. Like I don't even care about Charlotte. Like I don't even care about that town. Nothing
I
about
don't know
them. Their
what's up with
jerseys.
them boys in Charlotte, man.
Yeah, I don't care about nothing over there. But when LaMelo play, he makes me watch. So it's like, yeah, like he needs to be playing. Uh oh, OKC. They actually looking pretty crispy. They
Yeah.
looking pretty crispy. I like
And,
OKC.
and that boy Chet, he gonna be a dog, y'all.
I'm trying to tell you, OKC
He
looking
is gonna
crispy.
be. Chet
You
is
know
gonna
that.
be. Yeah, he gonna be one of them guys, bro.
And I'm telling you right now, that's gonna be the dark horse right there. You sleep on them if you want to.
think I think the Timberwolves too. They kind of making some noise.
Yeah, they're kind of making a little. Yeah, you're right. They, but see, here's the thing though. I just can't. I'm not sold on what's his face. What's the center name?
Cat,
Uh, not Cat. The other one.
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, I'm not sold on him. I'm not. I'm just not sold on him for some reason. I just now Cat. He annoys me because he's a great player, but he have his moments where he not playing how he should be playing, which is okay because everybody does it across the league. But uh, Gobert, how you say his name? Shh. Look, man, I'd rather pick Wimby over him because at least Wimby be trying. But Gobert, I don't know, man. I can't. I don't trust it. Simple as that. I don't trust it. Utah looking kind of crispy. What's that? I
I
can't say his
mean,
last name.
of course, he ain't gonna be on nothing offensively, but defensively, I like what Rudy Gobert brings.
Well, 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 yeah, and I think that's the main reason why they get him. But again, basketball two-way sport, so his big ass need to get mean too. And then,
Y'all gonna be surprised with the Timberwolves. They
no,
gonna
I'm
knock
not.
one of these top teams out though.
And they might knock the Bucks off. Hell, I'm just like I'm not knocking the potential of them. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that he does good, but then when they come playoff, it's like he forget to play sometimes. I don't be. That's what I mean by trust him. I don't really. I got to see something. But I'm not saying they don't have the potential to be good. Not at all. I'm not playing them like that. Like the team itself. And then what's the one guy name? What's the other team I'm thinking about? Cause we going through the list now. Hell, what the Bulls been doing? Like I ain't even watched them. What they been doing?
The Bulls. I ain't got a chance to really watch the Bulls, honestly.
They ain't doing nothing. And nobody watching.
I only watched them when they played y'all. I watched a little bit of that game.
How they do?
They were actually decent in that game.
Yeah,
I'm gonna write it up as trash.
yeah.
BJ said I ain't watching me. You said they and
The
then you
Bulls
said
are
they did
just
all right.
the Bulls are just not entertaining to me. I don't really like watching them. I
Yeah.
mean, I like watching DeRozan, but that's the only that's the only person I really like watching over there. Like I can watch his highlights all day, but them as far as watching them play, I don't think they're a fun team to watch.
What about the Knicks? What y'all think about the Knicks?
I don't think they are either.
They mid. They
It's
a
not
mid
They
really a
team.
need.
lot of fun. Like outside of the top teams, it's not really a lot of fun teams to watch.
What
Yeah,
y'all
we
think
Yeah,
about the Warriors?
outside of the young teams, you got also it's a lot of young teams I can watch, like the Rockets and Pistons. But outside of that, everybody else is mid.
What?
Warriors.
Yeah.
I watched that game. I watched that preseason game last night. That was a pretty good game. Felt like a playoff game too. I think the Warriors they're gonna be relying so much on Steph Curry to bail them out.
Man,
Warriors may be a play-in team, y'all.
I can see that.
I'm dead serious.
Yo, man, Bubba. Oh, Bubba in here. Yo, Bubba, go ahead and speak on something, man.
What up? What up? What up? Now I'm looking at Hope's comment right here. She said Anthony Edwards got to ask for a trade after signing the 260 milli. I don't know about that, but I just want to say this real quick. I got the Suns in the conference finals.
Okay. Why is that?
So this might not make sense, but
Okay.
just hear me out. So
Mm-hmm.
since 2021, every team that changes its head coach, they make it to the conference finals.
Mm.
Dallas Mavericks, they brought in J Kidd, they got to the conference finals. The Lakers, they brought in D Ham, they got to the conference finals. The Boston Celtics, they brought in Ime, he got to the finals. And they brought in the new guy, he got to the conference finals. So going off that trend, the Phoenix Suns will make it to the conference finals.
Mm.
And that's my belief.
I mean, like you said, just going off of that logic, that makes sense.
So, yeah, I mean, some of those
Now,
teams
is
was
it now?
already
Is it
established, though.
realistic? Is it realistic
They
in
was
my
already
view?
established as good teams.
But I mean, let's not. I mean, the Suns are good now. People might say they not good defensively, but I mean, watching them play, they didn't have D Book and Bradley Beal, and they play pretty solid, in my opinion. I don't know if y'all watched it.
I've been
Yeah,
watching.
no, they are. I agree with you on that.
Yeah,
It's like
Be
I
all
was
right.
saying earlier.
It depends on the matchup. Because I think if they get the Clippers and the Clippers are healthy, they're losing. I don't care what
yeah,
round.
that's a dog fight. That's a 6 or 7 game series
So
right
they're losing. Because
Now,
Kawhi
Bubba, what do
Leonard,
you?
they ain't stopping that. They ain't stopping Kawhi.
Now,
there.
Bubba, what do you?
They have no answer for Kawhi.
yep.
I was gonna say. Now, Bubba.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is what I said earlier in the show. I think with the Suns, the game plan is you blow a team out, by the second half. So that way, during the second half start, when the other team start eating back into the game, you up so high that you pretty much can win the game. So, do you think that's pretty much the game plan for the Suns? Since they have so much offense.
I mean, yeah, that could be the game plan, but let's not also forget Frank Vogel is a defensive coach.
Hmm.
Now, I'm not saying that out of nowhere D Book and Bradley Beal are going to play some kind of defense, but I do believe that Frank Vogel can implement a defensive system that could help the Phoenix Suns in terms of playing defense. Now, I don't believe that individual defense can help win a championship anyway. I think a team defense is way better than individual defense, and with Frank Vogel being a defensive coach, I can see him like implementing a system that could help them on the defensive side of the floor.
Okay. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that, man. But I think, like I said, I'm just gonna mention what I said earlier, though. Uh, you do make a point, Frank Vogel. He has shown and proven that he is a good defensive schemer, but I just don't realistically see the Suns dropping people by 30, 40 points night in and night out, though.
Wait, what you mean? I ain't hear the last part.
Basically, they got to do most of their damage in those first 2 quarters.
Oh. Yeah, I could see. Yeah, I could see that. I can see what you mean.
You know, now granted, I can see your point too. It's just that I look at it like, okay, like BJ was saying earlier, when you use the Clips as an example, somebody get tired, somebody get hurt, whatever, you got a bench. Somebody get tired or hurt over there on the Suns, shit. Like you need all of them.
But to be fair, they have a bench, but it's just players that we don't know. It's just players that the casuals don't know.
So you think they got like a legit like contending bench with some of these top teams?
I mean, it's not legit. It's not. You know,
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of do like some of the little pieces off that bench.
Like who?
Okay.
I like Grayson. I like his shooting ability. Well, his creation as well, because he got better playing. At creating the shots.
Yeah, and they got Eric Gordon too.
Eric Gordon.
Yeah. Eric Gordon. They got Bobo, I think. I mean, I don't think he's gonna get playing time.
That's who I feel like should be getting playing time right there. Bobo. But he probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not even make the team, make the final roster spot.
They said Clips won it all, man.
Clippers second round exit.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The troll.
He's still over here. Herm's still over here, man.
He bored.
They fell asleep. That's Bubble.
That dude, man. We got to cut.
That man wasn't talking about her,
down, bro. We got to shut the stream down, man. That nigga, man. I don't worry about him.
The Lakers winning the championship this year, man.
Right. Right.
Herbie told it to us.
Yeah, right.
That nigga believe what he be saying. That's the scary part. I usually a troll actually can come in and actually just say bullshit. But this nigga really be believing what he say. That's what is so scary about this dude. Unbelievable.
Yeah. But all right, BJ.
All right, bro. Love y'all, man.
All right, BJ Rick, salute, y'all.
Salute.
Salute my brother Rick, Cam.
Salute, B Jizzle, salute the show.
Get some rest, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. All right, y'all. So appreciate y'all coming through. Y'all enjoy the show. We went on for 2 hours and 50 minutes. Hit the like, hit the share, the subscribe. It's 1 a.m. over here on the West Coast. So I'm about to get some sleep, man. Get some rest. Definitely appreciate y'all coming through. And hit a like, get the share, the subscribe. You know what I mean? Until next time, respectfully say, pull up a seat, pull up a chair. Polite peace. Out of here like swim well.
Our 6'8", 13-year from Palmdale, California, number 13, Paul George. And the other guard, 6'7", his 11th season from Moreno Valley, California, number 2, Paul.
We like that. Woo!